Hello there, welcome. I'm delighted to have people here since Euros are on with England playing tonight against the Netherlands. I've got that on in the background just so I'm aware of what's going on. But welcome, we're going to be starting very soon. I'm just going to post a video I've made to say I'm online. It's another very silly one, as has been my habit this week. Hello Jake, welcome. How was your Wednesday? How are you doing? Alright. It's been a busy day getting the podcast episode out with Freya. I hope that we enjoyed that, if we listened to it. Yes, Jake, if you're not aware, there's a pretty important football match on tonight. It's the Euros. And... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. England playing the Netherlands tonight in the semi-finals. So yeah, big match. We'll see how that affects things. But how was your Wednesday? How's your week going, my friend? Just waiting for my... I filmed another silly video earlier with my hat here that you can see. Using that to advertise the stream tonight. People seem to be enjoying these silly videos. So, yeah, let's see how they go down. We're gonna get started very shortly. Yes. Very well, thanks, Jake. Been another busy day of creating and so on.
Shinies.
But had a good time. Tyler, hello. I always appreciate your hope you've had a good day comments on YouTube. So thank you so much for those, Tyler. And how are you? How has your day been? You're still hunting Ho-Oh, full odds, not expecting it. Yeah, fair enough. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Jake. But hey, it could happen. Hope you get it soon. Now then, travel. Jungle and rainforest, that's what we're going to say for this Safari Week video. If you want to see the silly video I made to advertise tonight's stream, then I'm posting it right now on X, on Instagram, TikTok, etc. So enjoy. And welcome in. I appreciate you all being here, especially if you are UK based and you have the football on in the background, as I do, just in case. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I hope everyone's had a good Wednesday. And if you've listened to the episode that I did with Freya, I hope you enjoyed it. My podcast, Chazingdra Chats. That is out now. You'll find it on my YouTube channel. There'll be a link in the description as well to all the content on my channel. Trading card gamecaster, really inspiring talking to her about Pokemon and her life. Life story as well as the 6 Pokemon on her dream team. That's how the podcast rolls. Alright, well while that's posting, let's get to our rightful places in the Safari Zone. Hello, Jack. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Given there is quite an important football match going on, which I have on in the background just in case. Hello. You're doing okay. Good. Enjoying your day off. Continuing Shiny Badge Quest. Fantastic. As you obey, aiming for Inkay again since it didn't work out on Route 8. Nice, Tyler. Good luck. we'll be starting very shortly. I filmed another silly video as I have been doing this week to advertise the stream, so I'm just posting that around. Hello, welcome. If you've just seen the silly video I've done, then appreciate that it works. Have a lot of fun making those. Hope you enjoy watching them. So I'm just putting this far and wide online. These Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Thank you very much, Tyler. Thank you for the luck. Let's hope that these odds start to balance out. You know what I mean? Because we will hit 4 times over odds tonight. 4 times over odds. Oh my goodness gracious me. Also, I got freaked out today because I saw someone on their Safari Week compilation video, because those have started to come out, those people who have finished Safari Week, very lucky ones, who had reached 40,000 encounters for a phase. 40,000, we're on 30.5 thousand, so yeah, slightly concerning. But it could happen the very first encounter, you just never know, do you? Excellent. Oops. Just gotta believe, exactly. Just posting so I'm live, and we'll get hunting very shortly, a couple of minutes time. Gotta believe for the footy as well, of course. Jack, how has your day been? How's your Wednesday been? Can I copy a link here? Okay, fair enough. Alright, just going to be posting in my Discord community, etc. And we'll be getting going. Had a nice day off work. Very good, Jack. Very good. Love to hear that. Alright. Hello, welcome, thank you for being here. We'll be getting started very shortly. Just posting to say that I'm now live. How has everyone's Wednesdays been? I've made another silly little Safari advert video. Right. Oh yeah, just do one more thing. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Good. Alright, so we're gonna surf across the water here. Because we have learned this is a shortcut. Look at that Chazingdra there. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. At some point I'd like to do a horsey quest. Where I shiny hunt horsey in every game that I can. I think, the shiny is so good for Horsey Chazingdra Kingdra. Especially Horsey Chazingdra, you know, they, it's turquoise, the Horsey, and then Chazingdra goes a kind of indigo. And of course Kingdra is purple. It's iridescent almost. Shining with the colours of the rainbow, you know. I've got my safari hat this time, so, you know. Maybe it'll bring the luck we need, maybe. Dunno, but there's every chance. Welcome everybody, we're just getting our game set up. Alright, let's go into the Emerald Safari Zone. By the way, I did not name the character on this game Ash. This is a recently purchased copy of Pokémon Emerald. I'm sure the owner will be delighted to know that this save file now has Pokerus. Immediate random encounter. This has happened. This is the third time this has happened this week. Enter the grass, an immediate random encounter before I even use the white flute. But I do have the Illuminate leading, of course, so. And I still do not have Illuminate in Cell Silver, but, you know, we can only do so much. So, how have everyone's Wednesdays been? It's been a busy old time here in Chazingdra Towers. I don't know, Chazindra's Chateau. Don't know what we're calling that. Because, of course, Wednesday is the day I release my podcast episodes. And my interview with Freya Pierce came out today. Trading Card Gamecaster. I had a very inspiring chat with Freya. Let's go hunting. And yeah, so getting the Patreon, the Rapidash round bit ready to go as well. Would help if I was pressing the right button in Emerald, wouldn't it? And working on the new thumbnails. I've been updating the thumbnails for the podcast, make them a little bit more dynamic. Yeah, filmed another silly video, as I said, for Safari Week, so yeah, but all go. The non-stop life of a content creator. I hope you enjoy Freya's episode, if you have a listen. Taking a stroll through her life story and the 6 Pokemon on her dream team. Ah, there we go. As we always do in the Chazingdra Chats episodes, lots to get involved in this week's episode. If anyone has seen it, any thoughts on that episode, would love to know. Also earlier I did a little bit of brushing up on certain shiny forms of Pokemon. Just to make sure I'm on top of them, just to make sure I don't miss any. Chazingdra Chateau. Well, thank you, Jack. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's Chazindra's Chocolate Factory, really. Same name as the Discord server. Which is linked below if anyone wants to join. Who hasn't already. Favourite caster at the same time. Well. That's very sweet of you, Jack. What are our predictions for the football? I do have it on in the background here. Just so I know what people are missing or not by tuning in tonight. So yes, had some really interesting discussions with Freya, and as I've made a tradition of doing, I thought in tonight's stream I'd discuss some things with you that came up talking to Freya. So most of us have a favourite type, right? Oh, we've got an immediate Netherlands goal. Oh dear. Oh dear. You don't know much of football, so predict that something will happen. Yes, well, something has just happened. Seems like Netherlands have immediately scored. Still plenty of time for England, but yeah, not the best start. Anyway, we all have a favourite type, and I'm sure plenty of you have already told me what your favourite Pokemon type is. If not, feel free to put it in the chat. Would love to see. But what about your favourite type combination? If you had to choose a dual type, what would it be? Now, I, of course, am a huge fan of Water Dragon, being Kingdra's typing, and Kingdra is my favourite Pokemon. But, ooh, it is good. Maybe it is my favourite. But then again, Ice is my favourite type overall. Ice Bug is good. I do have a soft spot for Ice Bug, I've got to say. I love both of those types. And of course they are exemplified in Frostmoth. The types that you've got to work hard to make work. I'm a big fan of. So yeah, Ice Bug I really like. But, and then others, well, I also like the normal type. But normal's just good as it is. It's almost paradoxical to combine normal with a certain type. Fire flying for you, Jake. Interesting. So you're a Moltres enjoyer, a Talonflame enjoyer. Of course, very weak to rock there, as is Ice Bug. But how come fire flying for you, Jake? And welcome, Luke. Always a pleasure to see you. Yes, I have the football on in the background, actually, Luke. I've seen that it's 1-0 to the Netherlands. Early days, though. Early days. Let's see what England can achieve here. But appreciate the update there, Luke. We're talking about favourite type combinations. Most of us have a favourite type, which I may well know from you all already. And if I don't, do chuck it into the chat. Would love to know your favourite type. But I just asked, what about favourite type combinations? Because in the episode with Freya Pierce I released on my podcast today, and I hope you all enjoyed it if you had a listen, Freya has a real preference for Psychic Flying as a combination type. So yeah, it got me thinking about favourite type combinations. For me, I think it's probably Water Dragon and Ice Bug as a close second. Makes sense, because Kindra's my favourite. Then again, would it be Ice Bug? Because Ice is my favourite type overall, you see. No, you know what? I'm going to swap it. I'm going to say the other way around. My favourite type combination is Ice Bug. And of course, very rare. There's only one Pokemon that has that combination. And second place, Water Dragon as a combination. So cool. Palkia Water Dragon? Yes, please. And Kingdra, of course, my favourite. This is going to be the stream, Magnus. Welcome. Always good to see you. Let's hope this is going to be the stream. Because, oh my goodness. Oh, I was saying earlier, I caught a little bit of someone's Safari Week compilation video. And they went 40,000 for one face. 40,000 encounters with no shiny. So that's made me a little bit nervous. At the same time, as I was saying yesterday, I'm so in the rhythm of it now. I just keep going. It's just a number. The number of encounters is just a number. Doesn't have much bearing. Yeah, just plugging away till we get a shiny, really. So, anyway, we'll see if tonight's the stream, Magnus. And Grass Dark would be second for you, Jack. Yeah, very cool. Love Shiftry, for example. You've got Meowscarada, you've got Wo-Chien as well. You don't think you have a favourite type on its own? That's interesting, Jack. That's interesting. Most people would. Any combination of Ice, Poison, Electric is your favourite. Love the fast attacking mob. Okay, so Ice, Electric, you've got like Arctozolt. Electric, Poison, you've got Toxtricity. Ice, Poison we don't have yet, and we've talked about that before, haven't we? It would be a very cool combination. I could see, if they were to do another regional form of Sneasel, I can see that being Ice Poison to bridge the gap between Jotonian and Hisuian. A Sigilif Enjoyer, yes, exactly. Well, actually, the two that Freya called out were the Natu line and Lugia, of course. But I actually asked about Sigilif in the episode, so you can see Freya's opinions on Sigilif in the episode. And you can see I've got my full Safari get-up tonight. I've got my shirt jacket thing, I've got my binoculars, I've got my hat. So, will this be the luck we need? Still dressed from the silly video I did earlier. All great designs. Talonflame was one of your faves in Gen 6. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Fireflying does tend to have strong designs across the board. When we find this shiny, after so long not encountering a shiny in the flesh, ooh, it's going to feel good. You'll have Water Fire and Grass Fire. Yeah, Water Fire. Saying the other day that I dreamed up a regional variant of Macargo that's fire and water. And its shell acts as a kind of boiler. And I was thinking it would have an ability called Boiler. And it means that every water type move has, to make it more balanced, maybe a 10% chance of leaving a burn. I think that could be really cool. But certainly there's scope for another fire-water Pokemon to join the fray, other than Volcanion. Grass Fire, yeah. Again, I talked about Dandelion-inspired Pokemon the other day. I devised a Grass Fire type. But yes, now of course we have Ogerpon Hearthflame. We've got Scovillain. Very interesting combination. And any of those paradoxical combinations. Grass Water second for you, Jay. Okay, so Ogerpon Wellspring. Ludicolo, that whole line. Very cool. Yeah, I love that combination as well. I'm a huge Lotad fan. Or fan of that line. As well as Seedot, to be honest. Safari Hat cosplay. That's right, Magnus. That's right. Let's hope that the cosplay is what we need to bring the luck. Let's hope it brings the England team luck in the Euro semi-finals tonight too. Yes, true. I am indeed in training, Magnus. Good point. So surprised there isn't an Ice Poison type. I don't know, it's not the most natural combination, I would say. Ice Poison. But yes. I'm sure at some point they'll cover all type combinations. And maybe before they do, they'll introduce a new type, so there's always somewhere to go. I wonder if in future games Stella will become its own type. That'd be interesting. Whether that will be, if we do lose Terastallization in Generation 10, whether Stella will become the preserve of Terrapagos. Hello, welcome everyone. Yes, I'm here with my silly little Safari outfit, having made a silly little Safari video. And we are going to hit 4 times over odds tonight. 4 times over odds. But as I said earlier, I was watching a Safari compilation video earlier where someone went 40,000 encounters for a particular phase. So, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'd say the game is pretty balanced, Jack. If the game gets unbalanced, then it seems a new type is added. That's what happened with Steel and Dark in Generation 2 and then Fairy in Generation 6. Yeah, true, yeah, Gen 9 did say, hey, you like grass types? Love that, Jack. Yeah, loads of grass types in Generation 9, right? Hello, Burb, and hello, Sammy. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Sammy, I'm aware you're in Florida. There's a big football match here in, well, right now in the Euros, European football tournament. England versus the Netherlands. So I've got that on in the background. We'll see how that unfolds. England do have a penalty here. All eyes on Harry Kane right now. And he gets it in. They've equalised. Amazing, exciting game. I was expecting it to be 0-0 for at least 50 minutes. Don't know about you, Luke. BXE David, welcome. Thank you for popping in and say hi. Let's hope that you have provided the shiny luck. And if not, let's hope that it's the Safari hat that does. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for popping in, and I hope you have a fantastic day or evening ahead of you. Very much appreciate seeing you. Thank you, David. Howdy, Merri. Love that, Burb. Merri and Pippin. But just Merri. Love being called Merri. Thank you very much for that. Any riffs on Merri or anything to do with that? Happy to roll with those kinds of nicknames. Mostly talking about a certain bear haunting us. Grass type, certain bear. What do you mean by that, Jack? About to hit 32,000 a ho-oh. You wasn't supposed to catch up. Well, sorry about that, Bird, but you snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. Urshifu. But Urshifu's not a grass type, Jack. I'm confused. Oh, you mean on the other conversation about balance? Yes, I thought we were still talking about grass types. Anyway, everyone, I just asked the chat what their favourite type combination would be. I assume we all have a favourite type, and do chuck it in the chat if I don't know yours yet, or if I do, just as a reminder. But what would be your favourite type combination? I think for me it would be Ice Bug. I love both those types. I love trying to make them work. And then second place, Water Dragon. For Kingdra. There he is. How you doing, Kingdra? Slee Duggan on Renota. Lovely family there. Excellent. In fact, my Renota is female. So I say there he is. I mean there she is. Now, normal I love as a type as well. But normal is normal. I don't really want to combine it with anything, you know? Dark and grass for you, David. That's the second vote for that. Very cool combination. This is a race you're okay losing. Well, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think race is generous here. It's one of the slowest races I've ever been a part of. That's for sure. Dragon Ghost for you, Burb. That is very cool. Dragapult, Giratina. Yeah, Dragon Ghost is a really cool combination. For a grass type bear, you can't think of any, Jack. No. Not sure there are any. Now, here's another question for you all. What's your earliest Pokemon memory? What's your earliest Pokemon memory? Because, sure, you might have had, say, the Generation 1 games when you were younger. But specific memory. What's your earliest one? Mine is, I was playing through Pokemon Blue, my brother had Pokemon Red. I was a little bit too young then to get everything that was going on in Pokemon. And my brother says, "Oh, I just reached Pewter City." And I say, "How do you reach Computer City? I'd never heard the word pewter before." So in my head it became computer. That's my earliest Pokemon memory. How about all of you guys? I'd have been, well, whatever year Pokemon Red and Blue came out. In the UK at that point, so maybe like 4? 5-ish? Probably 5. Not sure. Grass flying for you, Sammy. Very interesting combination, that, grass and flying. Tropius, Rowlet. Is Dartrix grass flying, or is that grass ghost by that point? I feel like I might be grass flying. And yeah, Verb, yeah. Computer City. Anyone else's earliest Pokemon memory? It might be quite a bit later than that, and that's absolutely fine. Each to their own. Or to each their own. I think that's actually the right way around of saying it, to each their own. Dartrix is still flying type, Jake. Thank you for confirming that. Cool line, that. It's got to be the only line of starters as well that has a secondary type that changes, right? Don't think any other first partner Pokemon line has a secondary type that changes. Jack, your earliest Pokemon memory, failing a shiny Golbat and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Speaks volumes that your earliest Pokemon memory is from Alpha Sapphire, making us all feel our age, Jack. Still, that's... you might have said before, how did you fail it, Jack? Did you run out of Pokeballs? Did it use Whirlwind or something? Begging your dad for cards at the bookstore. Begging your dad for blue after playing red. Let's see where this is going. Trading for a Machamp Hollow on the school bus. Very interesting. All cool memories. Wow. Very strong memories you got there, David. Really interesting that you wanted to play the next version after beating the first one that you played. I feel like not many people do that. Did you think it was... did you think they were sort of different enough games at that point? Or did you know that they were the same game, just slightly different Pokemon appearing, etc.? And you just couldn't get enough. That's very interesting. The Champ Hollow. I remember exactly the Hollow you must be talking about. If it's that first one. Yeah. Really interesting, David. Earliest memory was probably in 98 or 99, eager to watch new episodes of the show, but you were stuck at someone else's house. Oh, wow. I feel like we all have a memory like that, where we're just really desperate to do something or other, but we're prevented from doing it. Can't remember what came first. Fair enough, David. Fair enough. Well, the fact that you can remember so many details is impressive enough. Accidentally knocked it out. Oh, I see, Jack. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Parents, friends, kid had it on Game Boy. You never played it. You heard. I see. I see. Right. You wanted that experience for yourself. Yeah, fair enough. And so you went for the other version so that you could trade. Very wise, very wise. I remember the Master Guide. Back then. Going into detail about how to approach your playthrough in the wisest possible way. Get together with 2 other friends. Each of you chooses a different first partner Pokemon. Etc. Each of you chooses a different legendary bird. Each of you evolves Eevee into a different evolution. Trade before the Pokemon evolve. All of that. All of that. So fascinating. You use Gallade against the Golbat. You remember that? Yeah, okay. Well, let's hope you didn't use a Psychic move there, Jack. Because, yeah, that's... maybe that's exactly what you did. Maybe that's exactly why the Golbat didn't end up being yours. Fighting, though, yeah. You're going to weaken it very, very slowly. Golbat could not have a better matchup in the fighting types. Pokemon was on right before you had to leave for school, bus stop as well. Perfectly timed. Oh, that's good. It's a good thing that it didn't start just as you had to leave for the school bus. David. I only remember watching Pokemon on the weekends, you know. I don't know if... I don't know if it was on during the week in the UK. But it was definitely on Saturday morning television. I remember watching episodes of the Johto series in particular. I feel like in the UK it was part of GMTV at one point. A morning show which was really for... not a kids show. It was sort of a chat show. It was very strange. Anyway. Just remember kids in the schoolyard, rumours about the Pokemon games before they turned out true. Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah, all those rumours. All those rumours. It's so fascinating to think back to that time before the internet was so prevalent, isn't it? All the mystery. And it's a shame in a way, so much that mystery is taken out. I definitely am someone who avoids spoilers. Also, though, the other side of that, of course, is that it can be incredibly frustrating when you just have no idea what the deal is with a certain Pokemon. If you have to look it up, you can. Like, do you remember Runerigus in Generation 8? It has to take at least a certain amount of damage to its health bar, and then you have to run under a specific arch in a sort of deserty area of the wild area. Do you remember that? How on earth is anyone going to work that out? Have a Yamask on your team, you're trying everything. I remember seeing a post a while back, actually, for a father who was trying to help his daughter evolve Runerigus. Saying, you know, she's tearing her hair out, what do you do here? So interesting. Still had the red, blue Prima Guide or whoever made about it. Yeah, exactly. Those Master Guides. Oh, I think that was an official Nintendo magazine, that one actually, that I had. Might have been region specific as well, so the UK one that I had might be different from anything in the US. I'm not sure. Grass types would probably be better. Not sure what that's referring to, Jack, sorry. Oh, against Golbat, you mean. Well, no, because grass types taking super effective from poison and flying, aren't they? Fighting types taking super effective from flying. Means you can just whittle down that health bar very, very slowly. 6:30 East Coast. Oh, right, on WB. Wow, okay. That's very well timed. Don't know why it wasn't on so early over here, actually. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Remember trading Pokemon cards with some kids when you didn't know much about Pokemon. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Sammy. Yeah. Yeah, the playground. Was Pokemon banned in anyone else's school? I feel like I feel like that happened when I was younger. Pokemon cards. Yeah, the very first Pokemon card I remember seeing, or again, the very first Pokemon card I have a specific memory of is Gyarados, an old Gyarados card. It was very blue and very yellow, which makes sense. Yeah. More yellow than Gyarados tends to be, actually, like a brighter, more lurid yellow. Very first Gyarados card I remember. You had no idea the Reggies were a thing until someone told you about it. Yeah, exactly. The Reggies just can lie dormant for the entirety of your playthrough. You start a new game without even knowing they're there. And I love that. I love how hidden they are. I love the lore around the Reggies. The Reggies. Legendary Reggies, I think is what I was going for there. And it really feels like they're legendary, having to go through that task to unlock them. It really builds up the mystique, I love it. Not Runerigus. Oh, I see, Jack, yeah. Never figured the Runerigus thing out on your own. Exactly. Crazy. And things like Surfetched as well, or Glaring Farfetch'd evolves in Surfetch when it delivers 3 critical hits in battle in Generation 8, I believe. Generation 9, of course, to evolve Bisharp into King Gambit. Yeah. Crazy. But some you can work out, right? Because in Scarlet and Violet, there are new mechanics of, for example, your Pokemon following you around. Makes sense that Relor only evolves once it's run behind you. Because it has its ball of mud to roll, right? It feels like it wants to be out of its Pokeball. So I could see someone maybe accidentally or working out how to do that. But I never used that feature, so I was stuck. And I did have a Rabsca on my Elite Four team. Interesting also that Generation 8 and 9 we have Bug and Psychic types. And it's not a type combination that we've ever had before. But then now we have 2 in Orbeetle and Rabsca. Yes, you have mentioned that you have a couple of the that's it, Nintendo official magazine master guides. Yeah, God, I wonder if my master guide is still upstairs, mine and my brother's. What I do know is that the cover has come off it because we used it so much. I would love to find that. Oh my goodness. I'll have to have a hunt at some point. Also, we definitely at one point had a shiny Charizard card. I can't seem to find it now. I fear that we traded it or something. But that's another Pokemon thing I have to have a look for. You had an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire guidebook with a Braille translation. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I feel like if you're doing a master guide, you kind of have to have a Braille translator in there, right? I also, because I just borrowed Ruby off a friend when I was younger, and the copies I have now, I just bought the cartridges. So I've actually never seen what that Braille translator looks like in the instruction booklet. It's just something I've just thought of, actually. I'd love to illuminate myself on that. Speaking of Illuminate, we've got Illuminate leading the party in all 3 of the Generation 3 games here. Emerald, Leaf Green, Fire Red. Emerald, we're going for Ledibur. Pinsir, we're going Leaf Green, we're going for Pinsir. That's the right way around. Fire Red, we're going for Kangaskhan Cantoris. And Soul Silver, we are going for Larvitar. You outsmarted the teacher by saying Pokemon trading card game helped you with math counting damage. Yes. I have no doubt. And I'm sure your teacher was like, you know what, fair enough. As long as they're engaging with Pokemon in a way that helps their studies and development, I'm sure they were all for it. But I love that schoolchild logic there, Jake. Reggie's also having the most insane cry in the anime, yeah, for sure. That wasn't a bad impression, actually. At least it sounded not bad in my head. Yeah, I really like the idea of the Regis as Pokemon. It's probably my favourite legendary trio, to be honest. Mainly because of that lore all around it. Even though, obviously, I love the legendary birds. And there's something special about those very first roamers, the legendary beasts in Generation 2, and I love Generation 2. But yeah, even though I didn't love the designs initially, I've now come to appreciate that, the Golem look of them. And it's a really cool new way of doing a Pokemon, where it was back then, I thought. Who's the first person to max the beauty on their Feebas in Gen 3? Very good question, Jake. And yes, certainly a random evolution method. I love it, though. I love all of those very niche things like that, because it means the first time you actually do it is so special. I definitely didn't work it out myself. I never found a Feebas. In fact, I remember learning about this 6 tiles thing, where Feebas appear in Generation 3. But I entirely got the wrong end of the stick. I also didn't realise you could fish off a Pokemon's back, even though there's an NPC in that route who tells you that you can do that now. And has a Feebas on their team. There's that one fisherman trainer who's got the Feebas on their team and says, I spent ages here fishing off my Pokemon's back, or I love the feeling of riding the waves while fishing off my Pokemon's back. And that's the hint that you get to find Feebas. So anyway, I couldn't find Feebas when I was younger, let alone know how to evolve it. But again, you see, it comes back to what I was saying about Rella, right? Rella looks like it wants to be running around, and Generation 9 introduced this Pokemon running behind you, the Let's Go feature. Generation 3, what did that introduce? The Pokemon contests, and maxing out a Pokemon's beauty, cool, tough, cute, or smart. And if you know that Feebas evolves into Milotic, which, by the time you beat the 8th gym leader, and by the time you've beaten that fisherman on Route, I believe, 119 in Generation 3 Hoenn, you can see that Feebas and Milotic are directly next to each other in the Pokedex. They look nothing alike, so people might not think that one comes from the other, but you see them next to each other and you think, Feebas has undergone quite the transformation to become Milotic. It's suddenly a lot more beautiful. And then you think, what if I maxed out its beauty? But then, of course, I've really gone off on a tangent now about Feebas, but I find it so interesting. Then, of course, maxing out that beauty stat is a challenge in itself, because feed it too many of the wrong kind of Pokeblock, and it's never going to be maxed out. If the Feebas has the wrong nature, then that beauty is never going to be maxed out. So yeah, real challenge, and I love it. I did it for the first time, Jake, in lockdown, actually. An Emerald playthrough. I said, you know what, time to find a Feebas, time to do this, time to have that experience as a Pokemon trainer. And I distinctly remember, it was just before I was going to have dinner. I was fishing in all the tiles on that route in 119, on that route 119 in Generation 3. And I said, okay, I'll do one more and then I've got to go and have dinner. And of course, that one had the Feebas on it. Good memories. Then there's that Berry Master NPC who can appear if you see the right news flash on TV, giving you the best possible Pokeblocks. Oh, the Pokemon games just run so deep, don't they? And I love them for it. Endless fascination and endless fun. And you can change the Feebas tiles by changing the trendy phrase in Dewford. Fascinating. So cool. Having Milotic on your team is just so cool. One day I will shiny hunt Feebas in Generation 3. Seems like a rite of passage, you know. Such a cool line. Speaking of Feebas and Milotic, Milotic is one of the Pokemon on Freya's Dream Team in the episode of Chazingdra Chats that I released today. Hope you all enjoy that. If you haven't listened already, and if you had, hope you enjoyed it. In fact, Milotic is the Pokemon I've chosen for the trailer advertising Freya's episode. Milotic is often a favourite of the trans community. So it's really interesting to hear Freya's reasonings for choosing Milotic on her Dream Team. I had a really inspiring chat with Freya. The link will be below to watch that episode. And yeah, it's out there on the channel. But yeah, huge fan of Milotic. I remember the water... For Worlds in 2022, they started doing these type jerseys, or like... They were sort of exercise material tops, short-sleeved. And... The water one is Gyarados and Milotic, and in hindsight, I kind of wish I got that. Very cool. Very cool. I love how Gyarados and Milotic kind of... They have that relationship, right? They both evolved from feeble fish, become very powerful. I feel like they have similar stat distributions. But Gyarados is sort of the fighter, and Milotic is the lover, is the... There to represent the contest element, the beauty element. So yeah, definitely a wonderful reward, Jake. Love it, and what a shiny too. Usually think of... Oh yeah. Regirock impersonation, such an interesting crime. Christopher, welcome back. Nope. But with that, we have reached, should be, 31,002 encounters. Wow. Am I going to hit 4 times odds tonight? Which is, I believe, 32,700 and something. 4 times 8192. So, yeah. Let's see. But appreciate you stopping by, Christopher, as always. As you can see, I've got my Safari hat on. I've got my khaki shirt. I've got my binoculars. So, we're doing this properly tonight. We're hunting in the Safari Zone properly. How was your day, Christopher? How was your day? I was just going off on a massive tangent, and thank you for bearing with me there, everyone, about Pokemon Milotic. Very beautiful sea serpent. Difficult to find the Feebas that evolves into it. Difficult to evolve it, but what a reward it is when you do. Thank you very much. I've well and truly beaten the odds. I am nearly 4 times better than the odds, if that's the way we can say it. And thank you, I'm glad you love that. We've had this for years. I do have the football on in the background, Christopher, I've got to admit. Just keep my eye on everything that's going on. So, we were talking about Feebas and Milotic there. What are other people's favourite, very niche ways of finding and evolving Pokemon? Those Pokemon that are really tucked away. I remember Hisui and Zoro in Legends Arceus. That was, just in those ice pits underground. That was very cool. Oops, not a Pokeblock. Run. Charlie in chat, what was your first shiny encounter aside from Lake of Rage Gyarados? So, a few of you might have heard this before. But picture the scene. There I am, playing Pokemon Silver, Generation 2. The first game where you find Shinies. Now, by this point, I have already beaten the game. I've seen the Red Gyarados. I know that Shinies exist. I'm doing a new playthrough of Pokemon Silver. And I'm on the very early route. I'd already done the Professor Elm fetch quest. But I'm just north of, I think, Cherry Grove City. I think I'm just doing some training or I'm backtracking for some reason. Kakuna goes across the screen. Silhouette. Silhouette fades. And it's green. And the star swirl. And again, I already know what Shinies are at this point. I'm just sort of staring at the screen because I didn't think this could happen outside of the Red Gyarados. I do catch it. I do brave it and evolve it. Even though, I don't really know how Shinies work at this point, so I didn't know that it was going to stay shiny. I just assumed intuitively that it would. Yeah, so Shiny Kakuna was my very first. Got a soft spot for Kakuna, absolutely. So exciting. And then, of course, it opens up all sorts of questions of, does every Pokemon have a shiny variant? Are there multiple shiny variants of one Pokemon? I thought that once. I thought, okay, this is a green Kakuna. Is there a red one? Is there a blue one? You know? Especially because Kakuna is a yellow Pokemon. And so you find a green one and you think of the other very basic colours. Yeah. Good times. I think the people who found shinies early on in their playthroughs, etc., that nostalgia is what brings them back to shiny hunting. Best shiny Circle impression. Thank you, Magnus. Thank you. Yep. Been working on that. Shouldn't that be a hard spot for Kakuna? Oh, wow. Interesting. I've never looked it up, actually, Luke. You might be right. Weedle would be more common. I'll have to check that. Or if you want to look up how frequently Kakuna appears on that route just north of Cherry Grove. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Yeah, I think so. Around where Youngster Joey is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but that's a really interesting point, actually. That's a really interesting point. Yeah, and as Magnus says, what about the rest of chat? What were all of your first random shinies? And by the way, just to conclude that Kakuna story, the battery, of course, eventually went on that Pokemon Silver cartridge. And so that shiny Kakuna, later Beedrill, is lost to time. But oh well. Can't be too surprised about that. I've since had the battery replaced in that cartridge. Ready for my Silver Dream Team quest. I can't wait to start that. And do it on my original childhood Pokemon Silver cartridge too. Very exciting. Very nostalgic. Very momentous. Like they try to let you know there are shiny Pokemon given us the Red Gyarados, and for a long time you thought it was just the lake that made it special. Yeah, exactly, Burb. I feel like there's one NPC just east of Mahogany Town who says, yeah, it's a Pokemaniac, I think. And the Pokemaniac says, Pokemon of a different colour are rarer, or something. Something along those lines. And that's it. I think that's all the indication we have of there being shiny Pokemon other than the Red Gyarados. And I love that. I love that the games keep the shinies so covered up. Because it just makes it all the more overwhelming when you find one. What's going on? What is this? I know that some people deliberately run away or reset their game because they think it's a glitch, which obviously when you discover what they are later down the line, painful, but yeah, love it. It was only from Generation 5, I feel like. Possibly only Black 2 and White 2 that they started talking about in more detail about what shiny Pokemon were. Anyway, till you found your first random shiny Psyduck. Oh, cool! And where did you find that, Burb? You meant opposed to a soft spot because it only uses Harden. Oh, I see. Yes. It certainly made the capture a little bit more relaxed, let's say. I think it was the very first Pokeball. And in fact, I caught it in the very first Pokeball that I threw. And that made me think, maybe whenever you find a random shiny, the game just guarantees that you catch it. Just to be nice, because they're so rare. And I mean, didn't know much about shinies, as I say, but I did know they were very rare because, again, the first one I'd ever found that wasn't the guaranteed red Gyarados. And then in Generation 5, my second ever random shiny was a Drifblim. Really cool. I was training in the giant chasm area and a random Drifblim appeared. Random shiny Drifblim. And to be honest, I hadn't really thought about shinies post-Generation 2. I didn't even know if they were still a thing, you know? But then random shiny Drifblim, and I was able to catch that, which just reaffirmed my inclination that shinies were always guaranteed captures. Because, of course, Drifblim, I assume in the giant chasm knows Explosion, or something like that. But it didn't for me. So I just thought, oh yeah, the game makes sure you catch shinies. And then, Safari Week last year happened when I wasn't streaming and I failed a shiny Nidorino and a shiny Venonat. / I also just learned that shinies are not guaranteed captures. That makes them all the more alluring. All the more alluring. 10 or 15% depending on time. Thank you for looking that up, Magnus. That's fascinating. That's something I've never done. Looked up how rare that shiny Kakuna was in Silver. On that route. 10 or 15%. Yeah, not a bad find. Yeah, which makes it even more special. Thanks for looking that up, Magnus. You had found a shiny rat on the route just north of Olivine City. Oh yeah, no idea what it was, so you ran. Interesting that was your logic there. I had no idea what it was, so I ran. Rather than being sort of, ooh, that's exciting, what's this? Interesting, Jake. How do you feel about that now? It was only a rat, but still, a shiny is a shiny. For the benefit of Christopher, we don't mean an actual rat, we mean a Rattata, or a Raticate. Yours was cast form? Oh my goodness. Are you saying that the gift cast form you received with no resets or anything was shiny, Tyler? That's incredible if so. Or did you hunt for it? That's amazing. I mean, did you know what was going on? Did you think, oh my goodness, that's a shiny? Because cast form's shiny. That did happen, oh my goodness. Cast form's shiny is very similar to its regular form. So what, were you immediately aware it was a shiny? Wow, that is fascinating. What an incredible first shiny. Cast form must hold a special place for you as a result of that. Found the Psyduck in your brother's hand-me-down crystal. Well, cool. Hand-me-down or not, you still get to enjoy the game. And that's a great find. Shiny Psyduck and Crystal. Cool. And Psyduck's a great shiny. That light blue colour. You're quite a young fella, not paying much attention. Fair enough, Jake, yes. Weather Institute. Aware of the difference is it wasn't your first playthrough. But what, I mean, must have been the first shiny you'd found in Generation 3, right? Because this is the other thing, of course, the shiny sparkles are done differently in each game. I hadn't even seen what the Generation 3 shiny sparkles looked like until sort of discovering Pokemon YouTube over lockdown. There's another interesting dynamic to the whole conversation, I think. And were you aware, Tyler, of what regular cast form looks like and how similar the shiny was to the regular form? Gen 3 sparkles are so quick compared to how dramatic Gen 2 was. It really, really, really is, Burb. Yeah, you're right. Also, I love how in Generation 2 the screen goes negative for that split second. Really makes a fanfare of it, but also all the more special. Also, I feel like Generation 2 is the only one where you hear the shiny sparkles before the Pokemon's cry. Which I love as well. Kind of, I think I prefer it that way round. Because I think in real life that's how you would notice it, right? Wow, that's a different colour, and then you hear it, sort of thing. Especially if you've already encountered it. You think Gen 4 is your favourite, you love seeing sparkles again. Oh yeah, of course, Burb, yeah. That's amazing, that, yeah. Lets you, if it does end up being a fail, it lets you enjoy it those extra times. I've never found a shiny in Generation 4, actually. That's a lie, because I got shiny Tostadile in Heart Gold, in Heart Gold a couple of weeks ago. But I've never had a random shiny encounter in Generation 4. So maybe I'll be speaking into existence in Soul Silver tonight. Who knows? Who knows? Sam, Sabrina, welcome. We are having a good night, thank you. Well, I mean, speaking for myself, I certainly am. I hope that everyone else is as well. I do have the football on in the background here. Yes, released the latest episode of Chazingdra Chats today. Sam and Sabrina with Freya Pierce, Trading Card Game Caster. I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't listened to it yet, I had a really inspiring talk with her in the podcast. Learn about the life stories of the guests that I have on, as well as the 6 Pokemon on their dream team. So it's always an interesting conversation. So I was releasing that, promoting that. Made another silly little Safari Week shiny hunting advert that I released just before going live, or when I went live, actually. Yeah. Just all sights set on at some point finding a shiny. Though I was saying to the chat earlier, Sam and Sabrina was watching a Safari Week compilation video earlier, and one hunter's phase went on for 40,000 encounters. So we may still have a long old hunt ahead of us. Or not. It could be the very next encounter. Who knows? But anyway. How have your days been, Sam and Sabrina? Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, how have your Wednesdays been? Yes, Heart Gold DTQ Burb. Well, what I think I might do with that Shiny Totodile file is a Shiny Badge quest, actually. Not determine the targets, just see what Shinies come up. Because I want to do a Silver Dream Team quest at some point. On the original Silver, Generation 2. I don't know if I'll stream a Heart Gold Shiny Badge quest, because I have so many other quests planned. I might just keep that for me in downtime. But then upload a compilation when I've done it, of course. I'll have to see. Welcome in, everyone, if you're just joining. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, everyone, of course, please do leave a like. Do subscribe. Would mean a huge amount. And got all my socials linked below. I've got my Discord community linked below. Chazindra's Chocolate Factory. Would be a pleasure to see any of you there. We're a very welcoming bunch over there. Got my Patreon as well, where you can support me as a creator. Released another episode of my podcast today, Chazingdra Chats. Do go and check that out. Talking to people in the Pokemon community and discovering the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. All of that's going to be on the channel / links below. I do vlogs of the events that I cast as a Pokemon commentator for the video game side of things. Plenty of Chazingdra stuff to get involved in. And yes, we're still in the Safari Zone. We are wearing our Safari outfit. We are still releasing those silly Safari Week adverts. And we are going to hit 4 times over odds tonight unless we get a shiny before that. So, a lot going on, really. A lot going on. Seeing the sparkles appear is a vibe. Yeah, exactly. So I can't wait for my first random encounter in Generation 4 Burb. And thank you for the congrats on the starter. Yeah, Totodile is my favourite Johto first partner Pokemon, so chuffed with that. I was going for any of them shiny, and Totodile was just the one that popped up. Actually, thinking about it, I found that Totodile 3 weeks ago today, because I remember I just released episode 11 of the podcast, and I just recorded episode 14, and today I released episode 14. And I am 3 weeks ahead with my recordings of the episodes. Interesting. Anyway, stay positive. Thank you, Sam. Certainly will. You and Sabrina and Chad and everyone else keeping me positive, so thank you so much. Yeah. Should be awesome, Bob. Yeah, should be awesome doing a Shiny Badge quest. I love both. I love predetermining the targets, and I love randomly seeing what pops up. If anything, slightly enjoy more those randoms on the Shiny Badge quest, because keeps things fresh. Can't wait for the compilation if I don't stream. Yes! I love hunting a Dream Team quest as well, and that's very kind of you. I'm glad you're looking forward to that. I also did a Sapphire Dream Team quest a couple of years ago, which I thoroughly enjoyed before I was streaming, but I wasn't filming any of it, so there is no compilation. But I'm yet to do the Elite Four on that Sapphire Dream Team quest, so I might stream that at some point so you can see my shiny Sceptile, Exploud, Seviper, Beautifly, Banette, and Gorobis in action. I also got the shiny Kyogre because when in Rome, and by Rome, I mean Hoenn. The Seviper, I was so lucky. It came the very first phase. I know some people go for the Zangoose and Seviper for a very long time. But, yeah. So it kind of makes sense of going massively over odds here, because that Sapphire Dream Team quest was... Every encounter was under odds. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Ready for the Hot Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone. Hopefully with better luck. I'm thinking about this, actually. I think next year I would like to be on 2 save files in the Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone. And I want to go for Volbeat and Illumise, I think. I love those Pokemon. I love bugs. And hopefully the Johto Safari Zone makes those Pokemon slightly more easy to hunt. Slightly easier to hunt. Yeah, I think they're really cool Shinies too. So yeah, anyway, that is kind of my plan there, Burb. So, interesting. Hello, Damien. You're mentally giving up on Dratini, so you're very negative. Mentally giving up on Dratini. So does that mean you are giving up on Dratini? Or you're still doing it, but you're feeling negative about it? If that makes sense. Sorry to hear you're feeling negative, Damien. Hope that's not affecting you too much. And I hope you find that Dratini soon, my friend. You and me both. We are standing in the odds, as they say. Relatively newly coined phrase, I think. How are you doing, Damien? I've got the football on in the background just to keep my eye on it. But how was your day? And is anyone else watching the football on the side here? You have, Burb. Oh wait, hang on a sec. Three extra Cynicals because you couldn't get Toasted. Oh wow. There we go, we complete each other, Burb. I love Cynicals, Shiny. 3 extra, that's a real shame. Shame that it didn't work out smoothly for you there, getting all 3. So have you since got Shiny Totodile, or do you still need to get that one? You have Dream Team Quest Burb in Ruby, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black, and close to being done in White. Nice. Having to do one for Generation 6 next after Ho-Oh. Cool. Yeah, a Dream Team Quest in one of the later games would be a lot of fun. Just the Shinies get a little bit easier, don't they? But still. Yeah, no, always cool targets, no matter the Pokemon game. I remember shiny hunting Nickit for a long time in Sword and Shield. I love Nickit. I love foxes. Got Salar, my Vulpix up there. How you doing, Salar? Trying to make a wish to my Jirachi, by the way. Leaves you, Jirachi. Please grant us the shiny tonight. Teresa, Chansey, please grant us your luck. Merri, Mim, Kangaskhan, and Baby. Thanks for being here. Hope you're also a good luck charm. Alright, let's see if that's made a difference. Welcome in, everyone, if you're just joining. We are in a full safari get-up, and we're hoping that it's bringing us luck. That's a really cool number of Dream Team quests you've got going on there, Burb. Tell me about your targets in those files. Would love to hear about all of them. Dream Team Quest is so exciting. Would love to hear. You did like 3 hours of Dratini in both Shining Pearl and Scarlet. Wow. Scarlet as well. I'm surprised that you haven't got a Shiny Dratini yet in Scarlet, Damien. Are you using any sparkling sandwiches or anything like that? Or are you just hatching? Shiny Hunter Dratini for a VG team that I brought to the Global Challenge, I think, with Dragonite on it. Otherwise, you spent most of the afternoon in Splatoon 3. Fun. I think when we were playing that first half, you were setting up your Wii downstairs and played some Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City. It's been a Nintendo day for you, hasn't it, Damien? Very nice. Sounds like a lot of fun. Hope you thoroughly enjoyed that. Friend is sending you a DS soon and you're looking forward to playing those other Pokemon games. Nice! That is amazing of your friend to send you a DS, Sammy. Oh, I'm excited for you to experience these older Pokemon games for the first time. You're going to have a blast. Can't wait to hear your thoughts as they evolve as you play through those Pokemon games, Sammy. What game are you going to start with? Which older Pokemon game are you going to start with? TV in the Diner is the only telly in the house that can play your GameCube and Wii. I see, fair enough. Gotta make sure that you can still connect with those older consoles with TVs these days. Pesky TVs these days. Everyone prays to the Holy Golden Teeth. Exactly. The Safari Golden Teeth. The Warden's Golden Teeth. Yep. Egg hatching in both, I see, Damien. Yeah, that will make it longer. I've caught and completed the Dream Team quest and all those games already. Nice. Nice, Bob. Good effort. How long have you been doing the working on those Dream Team quests? And again, what were your targets in any of the Dream Team quests that you fancy typing out? Would be so interested to hear what you were going for. Chansey, we're getting a lot of Chanseys tonight. I'm going to say it. We're going to get Shiny Chansey tonight. Yeah. I believe. That's my prediction for tonight. Anyone else's predictions? Do put them in chat. It's only 1% encounter rate, this area of the Leaf Green Safari Zone. And yeah, we're finding quite a few. Yeah, enjoy it, Sammy, as Burb says. Those all the games. You got bit by a tarantula in Animal Crossing, so what's happened to that? Oh no! Hope that tarantula bite heals soon, Damien. I want to get a Japanese Animal Crossing Wild World on DS. Why do you want the Japanese one specifically, Damien? I'm not very familiar with Animal Crossing myself. You're just here wishing I got every chance so if you got the lucky egg. I would trade it to you. If I caught a shiny Chansey with lucky egg, there can't be many luckier finds than that, right? So I would not be trading you that lucky egg, Damien, I'm afraid. But nice try. Apon will shine at hour 2, Jake. Alright, alright. Well, we're in the second hour already, Jake. Apon's got a great shiny. It's not got a great catch rate, though, so... Not sure if I'd be thrilled to find Apon or not, unless we caught it, of course. Different perspective in a different language at this point. You did enjoy getting lost in Japanese Soul Silver back in 2009. Very cool, Damien. Do you speak any Japanese? I assume you at least have sort of a developing knowledge of Japanese. If you were playing through Soul Silver back then in Japanese. You only know like 3 words, I see. Still, sounds like a fun task. Long list for your Dream Team quest. Love Twitter for keeping track of them all. Nice, yes, that's a good point. That is a good point. Serious about completing them back in 2019, 2020 during COVID. Yeah. Sounds like the ideal time to get serious about completing them. Now, I asked a question earlier, which I feel like I moved on from too quickly, and that was, let me try and remember. Yes. Everyone's favourite unique way of finding a particular Pokemon. By which I mean, I'm talking about your Feebasses, even your Frigibaxes maybe, very rare on that mountain. Hisuian Zora in Legends Arceus. Even like, Sudowoodo, a static encounter. What's your favourite unique way of finding Pokemon? It could be headbutting as well. Headbutting trees. I mean, Feebas is definitely up there for me. So unique. Finding that Pokemon. Riolu's Egg in Generation 4 too. Back in 2009-11, you were fluent in knowing Japanese, Victini, Darkrai, Reshiram, Kyurem, Zekrom in the GTS because you looked at them constantly. Wow! Fair enough, Damien. Yeah, that would get you to learn the names in other languages. I'm really interested in other language Pokemon names. There's so much etymology to unpack there. Also, the names of moves and so on. Like the move Flip Turn, where a Pokemon attacks and then gets out of there immediately. You make an immediate switch. In French is au revoir. O as in E-A-U, water. French for goodbye is au revoir, A-U, revoir. Flip turn is au revoir, water goodbye, sort of thing. I think that's amazing, it's so funny. So yeah. Keen to do some exploring into Pokemon in different languages. Right, we're now back in the Kangaskhan Tauros area for Fire Red. So let's continue. For Ruby, you completed the team with Shiny Blaziken, Armaldo, Altaria, Breloom, Sharpedo, and Aggron. Great targets. Great targets. You know what, Burb? If I found a Shiny Carvana, I don't think I'd want to evolve it. It's such a great Shiny. Sharpedo's great as well, but I love the funky colours, the psychedelic colours that Shiny Carvana has. Blaziken, Armaldo, Fossil Hunt, love that. I love the fossil Pokemon. I do have the Aerodactyl sitting cutie, actually. It's not in my display, but they released on Pokemon Center a couple of months ago now like some wall hangings, one of which was for fossil Pokemon. As in, for fossil Pokemon, not for fossil Pokemon. Which I have my eye on, actually. Love them. Nice, very nice. Love Aggron. I love any turquoise shiny. Aggron, Trico, Totodile, Latios. Love that colour. You spent almost a year shiny hunting Hisuian Zoroark in Pokemon Legends Arceus. On Christmas Day, you found a shiny Alpha Zoroark. Ooh, love that. Damien, what a find. What a find. Yes, I was just thinking earlier, actually. I was shiny hunting Vulpix in the Cobalt Coastlands on Legends Arceus. And not having much luck. And then, again, I thought I'll just do one more encounter this evening. And not only was it shiny, it was a shiny Alpha Vulpix. Which will stay a Vulpix, because of course you can find the shiny Alpha 9, or you can find the Alpha Ninetales as a guaranteed encounter in the Cobalt Coastlands. Cobalt Coastlands. Cobalt Coastlands. There we go. In the volcano. So, yeah. So exciting. adds a whole new dimension to shiny hunting, right? Is it going to be an alpha or not as well? Yeah, pretty awesome, Damien, yeah. So's your Christmas Day shiny Hisuian Zorua. Amazing. I love those races that, for example, Supreme Arcanines and Matt Absolblogs Pokemon do, where they're shiny hunting with overworld shinies. I'd love to do some of those at some point. Maybe with Lee or something like that. Could be a lot of fun. So, Soul Silverburb. There's another Chansey. Your team was Typhlosion, Steelix, Slowbro, Ninetales, Dragonite, Skarmory. Cool. Interesting that you went for Slowbro over Slowking as a Generation 2 introduction there with Slowking. But shiny Slowbro is... That's great shiny. That purple. Dragonite 2. Definitely going to shiny hunt Dratini in Generation 2 at some point. Given that the only dragon type introduced in Generation 2 is Kingdra, Dragonite is just yeah, continues to have that allure in Generation 2 that it had in Generation 1. Skarmory as well. Oh my goodness. How long did the Skarmory hunt take, Burb? I'd love to shiny hunt Skarmory. Did you use the repel trick? And also, if you did use the repel trick, what do the odds become? Because that's something I'm seriously considering for my Silver Dream Team quest. Not Soul Silver, but just Generation 2 Silver. So yeah, I'd be really interested to know that. Really cool targets, Burb, for Soul Silver. All of them. Gen 4, you were solely looking for Darkrai and Deoxys on the GTS. Well, fair enough. Very rare encounters. Back in Platinum, yes. You have Japanese level 30 Mew from Hoenn in your Platinum. Wow. That's amazing. What a find. That's so cool. I love all of those niche Pokemon from a lost age, almost, that people have tucked away in their boxes. Fascinating. It's like getting an old Pokemon game, seeing what the player had on their save file. Always an exciting time. Yeah, there was, when I got my recent copy of Pokemon Y in a CEX, there's a shiny Lucario on that save file. Yeah, I've transferred them to Bank, I believe. So yeah, I kept anything particularly special from that save file. But yeah, always very exciting time. So, White. Here we go. Emboar. Emboar's a great shiny. Braviary. Excellent. Bisharp. Golurk. Gigalith. Great. Oh, Gigalith. That's another sort of turquoisey. It's got those turquoise crystals on it. Caracosta. Ooh, yeah. Maybe Caracosta's kind of turquoise as well. Maybe that's just Tortuga. Can't remember now. All bluish team for that one. Yeah, nice. I love making that a theme. Evolving Carvanha was tough, I'm sure. It's an amazing shiny. You're going to play Pokemon White first, Sammy. Nice. I played Pokemon White when Generation 5 came out. It's a good one to start with, because it was sort of a soft reset for the franchise. Only brand new Pokemon as of Generation 5 appearing in Pokemon White and Pokemon Black. I have no doubt you'll have fun. Oh my goodness. Oh, you'll just make me want to go back and play Generation 5 now. Maybe White 2 or Black 2. I've been refraining from starting playthrough on Generation 5 just because, you know, we might get Gen 5 remakes relatively soon. But to be honest, I think it's probably still a little while away, so... probably would be safe. If we can ever get out the Safari Zone, that is. So on some of the other quests I have planned. I also have the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero for Pokemon Violet untouched. So when I'm streaming some more modern Pokemon, or more current Pokemon, looking forward to doing some kind of challenge run with that. It could be Monotype, could be Shiny Monotype, it could be a Nuzlocke, it could be Shiny Monotype Nuzlocke. Could be just doing it with one Pokemon, you know, all that sort of thing. Any ideas for what people would especially want to see, do let me know. But yeah, that's I still need to work out what I want to do with that. But yeah, always happy to hear ideas. Dratini. Well, I'll refrain from saying Dratini then, Damien. That's the last time, I promise. I say I promise. I might be saying it later on. But still. Let's hope that your Dratini luck improves. I said it again, sorry. Been a while for Scarry, but used a Magnet Pull plus Repel Trick. Ah yes, Magnet Pull! I was forgetting about that tactic. Great shout. Except I would be hunting in Silver, not Soul Silver, so that wouldn't be a thing. Oh well. 15,000 encounters. Not bad. This is the thing, right? This is one reason why I don't really mind this hunt going over odds. Because now most future hunts will seem so much more doable, you know? 15k, less than half of what we've got going on here. Whereas before, maybe that would have put me off a little bit. Now it's just like, yeah, well, that's going to happen. Probably comes a point in every shiny hunter's career where you have that massively over odds hunt, and if anything, it just sort of strengthens your resolve because future hunts, you hope, won't go on that long. You found wild Steelix using that same method. Yeah, it's so amazing that you can find wild Steelix doing that. So exciting. We found a lot of Tauros tonight too. Tilho is your third longest hunt at 29,000. Dare I ask? Burb, I think you know what's coming. Dare I ask what your longest hunt has been? Or is it currently the Ho-Oh on 32,000? In fact, Burb, your the colours in your profile picture are similar to Shiny Carvana. Interestingly. Slowbro is underrated. Agreed. The gold went well with your Steelix on the Dream Team quest. Yeah, that's true. Love that you've thought in that detail about the colours that go well together for your teams there. That's really, really cool. Maybe I'll do some kind of colour-themed hunt at some point. But the thing is, I don't even want to go for targets that I really want, rather than just deciding on them based on the colour, I think. You got 3 under 1,000 shinies on the farm. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that. That is insane. That is insane. The odds had to average out at some point for sure. Gotta love math. Snivy at 36,226. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay. The shiny Trico I got on Sapphire. First of all, found that shiny uncatchable Poochyena. That was in the late 3000s of encounters, I think. But then the shiny Trico shined at that very same day as I got the uncatchable Pooch. Like 500 or so encounters later. Very cool. So yeah, like 4,200-ish encounters, I think, for that shiny Trico. It's very lucky compared to that Snivy 36,226. Right, let's reset the leaf green. I'm out of steps. Glad that Carvana shined fast. Not a fan of fishing. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. Fishing encounters can be very slow. Fortunately for the horsey that I'll definitely go for on my Silver Dream Team quest, because Kingdra is my favourite Pokemon. The idea of finding a shiny horsey and getting my favourite Pokemon in my childhood Pokemon Silver, where I've had the battery replaced, and finally having a shiny Kingdra on my team, or Kingdra at all, because I've never had one on my team in Silver or Gold before, is so exciting. So exciting. Thanks for the congratulations, Burb. Randomness is what makes Full Odds so exciting. Well, exactly. Agreed. Love it. I hope, by the way, that you're all feeling very inspired by what Burb's saying here with all those Dream Team quests. For me, I think that's the thing that gets me most inspired for shiny hunting. Dream Team quests. Hearing about people's targets, how they've panned out, what's been easy to find, what's been harder to find. Just gets me so excited for Dream Team quests of my own. So thank you, Burb, for sharing so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else in the stream does as well. Fishing's not too bad, but since you enjoy hunting while watching stream shows, movies, it was hard to concentrate on hunting. Yes, exactly. I think that's the most crucial bit of advice, really. Shiny hunting is not the main activity when you're doing it. Because you will... Yeah, you will really struggle, I think. The encounters will seem like they're taking forever if the shiny hunting is the main thing you're focusing on. Yeah, it's all about the YouTube videos you're watching, or the podcast you're listening to, or the film or TV show, or what have you, that makes the encounters go by so fast. I remember a glorious day. In, I think, autumn of 2022, so I was doing my Sapphire Dream Team quest. It was a Sunday. I'd had a busy week. I decided, you know what? I think what will benefit me most is just for the rest of Sunday, just to shiny hunt, just to play Pokemon. And it did. I was just encountering in Petalburg Woods over and over again while watching YouTube. And I did, towards the end of the evening, I did find a shiny Wurmple. The target I wanted for my Dream Team quest was Beautifly. And it evolved into Silcoon. And got Pokerus that night. Wonderful day. This is the thing, it can be fun to hunt not streaming as well, and this is why I'm toying with doing this shiny badge quest for Heart Gold off stream. Evening, Worm's Eye. Very good to see you. Check with the Safari Zone management. They have put the shinies into the enclosure. Exactly. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly at that point, to be honest, Worm's Eye. I mean, look, I've come fully attired with my hat, with my khaki, my lucky binoculars. No, can't see any shinies there. Yeah, I should probably have a word with management, shouldn't I? Pop into one of those rest houses. Very good to see you, Worm's Eye. How's your day been? How has your day been? My day has been pretty busy releasing the next episode of the podcast with Freya Pierce, Trading Card Gamecaster. I had a really inspiring chat with her. Hope you all enjoy listening to that episode. Out now on the channel and on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that. How has your day been, Worm's Eye? Made another silly little Safari advert video as well, of course. Time put in, the fails and the phasing makes them memorable for you and why you cherish them. Exactly. Which hunt of yours? By the way, Worm's Eye, we've just been talking to Burb about the various Dream Team quests that Burb has been doing. Really inspiring stuff. Really cool targets he's been going for in these. Burb, which of the hunts in any of the games had the most phases? And what were the other shinies that you found along the way? And did you start shiny hunting of your own accord, or were you inspired by watching shiny hunting YouTube, or... Yeah. Love getting to know all this stuff better. By the way, Worms, I did... I did get a little bit freaked out earlier because... I was watching a shiny hunting Safari Week compilation video, and one of the phases in that hunt went on for 40,000 encounters. 40,000 encounters. So we could still have quite the long hunt ahead of us. But in around 1,000 encounters time, we will reach 4 times odds. I believe it's 32,700 and something is 4 times odds, so... Yeah. We'll see if we can reach 33,000 encounters on tonight's stream. Might not be able to, but we'll at least get to 4 times odds. Not that any of that matters, because we're finding the shiny tonight, of course. Isn't that right, chat? Isn't that right? You just finished listening to the podcast. Thanks, Wormseye. Hope you enjoyed it. Always a pleasure to hear that people have listened to the content. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed discovering Freya's life story and Dream Team. Pretty inspiring stuff. I hope that people found. Really appreciate the fact that you listen, Wormseye, so thank you. And you've been job hunting. Okay, fair enough. What sort of jobs are you looking into, Wormseye? All the best for the job hunt. Seems like England might have just scored. But it's got to be checked. It is England versus Netherlands in the Euros semi-finals tonight. Was it offside? Currently, 4,757 encounters into your hunt for Farfetch'd and Heart Gold. Good luck, Sam. It's a great shiny. It'll be a great find. All the very best for that, Sam. Have you ever done a Dream Team quest of your own, Sam? As a shiny hunter, I feel like maybe you have. But I might be wrong, maybe you just hunt individuals. You saw someone with 46,000 last night on Twitch. Oh, goodness, Jake. Oh, goodness. Okay. Sure. Well, hunker down, everyone. Because it could still be a long hunt yet. Seems like that goal was disallowed for England. That's a shame. Six phases for Shroomish and Ruby. When looking at other people, it's not too bad. No, exactly, yeah. I do really want to find Gen 3 Slackoth at some point, Burb. I love Slackoth. You can see Bertie, my Slackoth here. Alright, Bertie? Yeah, just chilling out. I love Slackoth. Gen 3 Slackoth is, you know, quite the hunt. I think you can only boost the odds up to like 6% or something. So yeah, it'll be a task, but I'd love to. Dallas going 70,000 for Registeel. Yes, I'd forgotten it was quite that many actually. Oh my goodness, yeah, we're not even half that. Oh. I don't want to be here for. Don't want to be in the Safari Zone for that long. It was just supposed to be a fun 1 week thing, and then I move on to other Dream Team quests and things that I have in mind. But it could be. You just never know. But this has become such a staple, a story in itself. Not getting a shiny as of yet. For Safari Week, which is becoming Safari 3 weeks. It could always be worse, yes. Well, unless we go more than 70k. We'll have to see. Yeah, exactly, that pinkish shiny Farfetch'd. Love it. Administrative jobs for you mostly, Wormseye. Desk job is something that appeals to you. That's great. I think that's sort of the best way to be. Jobs that don't appeal to most others, if they appeal to you, then it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's relatively straightforward, but it's also something you enjoy. Good for you, Wormseye. Again, good luck for the hunt. The job hunt versus the shiny hunt. Netherlands disagrees. Yes. With that disallowed goal, Jake. Yeah. Good knowledge. Phasing for slack off for people hunting has been insane. Exactly. But you know, people do plenty of 5% hunts on YouTube around the world. Slackoth just seems to be a particularly unlucky one. I don't know. But yeah. Be a long-term goal. Maybe I'll do, having done a Sapphire Dream Team quest, maybe I'll do a Ruby one with pretty difficult targets. All these quests, obviously, they're going on for a little while, so it's important to have a few going on at the same time. But yeah, what tales, what anecdotes we'll have from those. 31,700, everyone. Owed some luck, so maybe I'll get it first phase. Well, maybe. Maybe, but as I said, you know, the Sapphire Dream Team quest, all of the targets I found under odds. So if anything, actually, I've been owed some bad luck, which is this. So maybe after this, it balances out. So the Slackoff hunt would go on for an expected amount of time. Who knows? Well, hello. That cat saved me. Can you interview Supreme Arcanines? One of the first openly gay Poketubers. Yes, exactly. Don't you worry. Welcome to the chat, by the way. That cat saved me. Very good to see you here. I'm very pleased you enjoy the podcast as well. Real pleasure to have you. Glad you found the stream. I hope you've enjoyed the episodes I've done with Matt Apsel, blogs, Pokemon, etc. And yeah, I hope you enjoy chilling with some shiny hunting tonight on this very overtime, very overodd Safari week. Anyway, to your point, yes. I have a few guests sort of lined up, and I've always got to balance where I'm going, whether that be VG, TCG, Go, casual, shiny hunting, etc., Unite. But I definitely want to talk to Dallas at some point on my podcast. Relatively soon. And that's all I can say for now. So I'm really, looking forward to having an interview with Dallas. Thank you for the tip off there, though. Dat Cat saved me, yeah. Yeah, I'll just call you Dat for short. But yes, we're thinking on the same lines. And I'd love to interview Dallas for the podcast. Week is kind of funny at this point, isn't it, Burb? Yeah. It's nearly Safari month. Safari month, goodness. It's the fact that Matt, Absol Blogs, was on roughly this many encounters on the first day of Safari Week. The first day of Safari Week. Just multiple system hunting. I can only aspire to those levels, you know. Maybe over time I'll build up my collection of Game Boy Advances, Nintendo DS's, etc. so I can hunt on more systems, but also, there's got to come a point, right? Especially if you're controlling them individually, like I am, and I enjoy filming the systems. I think it feels more authentic. It's more nostalgic. There comes a point, surely, where the number of consoles that you have outweighs the number of encounters that you do, right? So, maybe it'd actually be faster to hunt on 4 consoles than 5, for example. It's an interesting point. Maybe at some point I'll be able to do sort of during the day streams and be able to start a little bit earlier. I don't know, to try and get more encounters in. Excited for the future interviews and hopefully the DTQ content. Yes, exactly, Burb. Yeah, well, I want to start my silver DTQ as soon as I can, really. It's kind of first on my list after Safari Week. So we've just got to find a shiny in the Safari Zone first. But thanks, Burb, yeah. I hope you enjoy watching those. Hope to see you there. And if you're not in the Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory Discord community yet, by the way, link in the description. Would love to see you there. So we can continue swapping shiny stories, Pokemon trivia, etc. I am, of course, Pokemon caster as well. So you'll see me at competitive events, commentating and hosting. But I enjoy the less intense pursuits that Pokemon has to offer as well, like shiny hunting. I just love the games for everything they have to offer, so... And anyone else who's in the stream who would like to be a part of the Discord community, you would be so welcome, and please don't be shy if you haven't jumped into the chat yet. I'd love to see you there. We're a friendly bunch over there. People like Jake and Worm's Eye can attest to. Saw that Quick Panic Kyle got shiny Pinsir today. That was a Game Corner hunt, though. That was resets. That would be such a cool find. I'm not sure Pinsir would feel the same for me if I got it at the Game Corner versus the Safari Zone, but, you know, give it time and we'll see. How my opinions on that change. Of course, Dallas Supreme Arcanines, excuse me. That little hiccup there. Found shiny Pinsir last year in the Safari Zone and caught it. Unbelievable. Still hasn't uploaded it to YouTube, but hopefully it's coming soon. You cannot hunt more than 2 or 3 systems at a time. Yeah, some people's setups are certainly wild. Need like a lollipop stick or something to control multiple buttons at once. Finding a little Miltank tonight as well, that'd be quite the shiny to find. I'm constantly impressed by people's setups. Sure, I've got a lot to learn from the shiny hunting community on that front. 31k encounters for one day is insane. Yeah, I think it was late 20,000s at least. But, you know, when you're the host of Safari Week, you will be putting in all that extra effort. Feel sorry for Matt that he hasn't found one of those Safari Zone rares yet at all. And that's what he really wants. The Chansey, the Kangaskhan, the Tauros. I believe the Pinsir, the Scyther as well, perhaps. It'll happen at some point. Oh, seems like England have just scored again. Very exciting. Hopefully, that one will be allowed. Definitely a drop of around 20 consoles, Jake. Yeah, I would say so. You need 20 chargers plugged in as well. So yeah, all of that sort of extension cable space that you'd need too. Following on XB, you'll check out the Discord. Cheers, Burb. Yeah, great. And you've just joined. Fantastic. On 31,800 encounters as well. Looking forward to hanging out with you there. There's also a Show Your Shinies channel, and so, Burb, you'll have us covered for a little while, I'm sure. Sharing all of your Dream Team Quest shinies. England, that's right, Luke. That's right. 2-1 in the 90th minute. 2 minutes of extra time. Incredible. Poor Holland. Poor Holland. Wonder if we'll get Rani in chat later on. From Belgium, but supporting Netherlands tonight, I believe. Ash. My record does keep getting higher. My goodness, indeed. Crazy, right? We're going to hit 4 times over odds tonight. We were just talking, though, Ash, earlier about... I saw a hunt earlier that was like... 40,000 encounters for a phase. I've just been reminded of Dallas's like 70,000 phase for Reggie Steele as well. Dallas Supreme Arcanine. So we're not even halfway to 70,000. So yeah. Or it could happen immediately. It could happen tonight. It could happen in the next hour. So I'll be streaming for about another hour or so. Anyway, Ash, welcome back to the chat. Always good to see you. Always good to see you in the Discord community, speaking of that. And how has your Wednesday been, Ash Cup? Hope you've had a good one. I was busy releasing and promoting the latest episode of Chazingdra Chats with Freya Pierce, TCG caster, trading card game caster. Which is out now. Hope you all enjoy that if you haven't listened yet. And hope you did enjoy it if you have. You're having to show off the Ho-Oh in there soon. Going to stop in a bit when he gets 32.5. Fair enough, fair enough. Interesting how we're on similar numbers for our hunts at the moment, Burb. Fingers crossed that it shines before 32.5 for you, Burb. Fingers crossed. And your year hunting for Eradicate. Did you? You spent a year hunting for Eradicate. Tell us about that, Ash. Presumably the Eradicate wasn't your target. I could be wrong. And I also do about 1,000 a day working from home. Nice. Working with the asterisk, sure, yeah. What do you do, Burb, when you're working from home? What's your job? I wondered if my commitment to the costume tonight might yield us a shiny. It could still happen. It could still happen. Now then. Here's a question for you all. If you could introduce a third stage evolution for a current two-stage evolution, what would you introduce? So any Pokemon that currently evolves once, like Venonat here, into Venomoth. If you could introduce a stage above Venomoth, or indeed a baby form, so to speak, before Venonat, what would it be? I've thought about this before. And I think it'd be cool to have Sudowoodo evolve. You got Bonsly. You've got, based on Bonsai, you've got Sudowoodo. I was thinking Sudowoodo could evolve into a Pokemon called Granzai. So Grand Bonsai sort of thing. And it would finally be Rock Grass. Just a big, grand Sudowoodo, big, overarching tree. I'd love to see that. How about any of you guys? What further evolutions would you like to see? Financial analyst is what you are, Burb. I see. Okay. Yeah. Shiny hunting will certainly help pass the time for that. The Eradicate wasn't your target. You were attempting a repel trick, a Growlithe in the Cinnabar Manor in Fire Red. With no Illuminate or White Flute. It took forever. Just glad it wasn't wheezing. Yeah, true. So it took a year to get Raticate. That is gutting. Very sorry to hear that, Ash. Oh, goodness. Do you now have that? You don't... Do you have the Shiny Growlithe now? Very much hope you do. Really cool shiny. And baby form for Kangaskhan makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Or like, maybe a teenager form of Kangaskhan. Because the baby's in the pouch. I think it'd be cool if... Although, actually, it's Kangaskhan is single stage, obviously, isn't it? So... Yeah, it could be a 3-stage though. Anyway, Bronzong due for an evolution, you think, Jake? Interesting. But what would it evolve into? It's kind of... Bronzor, a mirror, Bronzong, sort of a bell. It could, like, go full well style. You know how... Do wells have bells? I'm just rhyming things now. Or a bell tower sort of thing. That seems like it could be more of like a Gigantamax form or something though, doesn't it? Bell tower, Bronzong, or a Mega Evolution. Interesting though. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. I'm glad you like the Granzai name for Pseudo-Widow Evolution. I'd love to see that. Rock grass. You want to give Jinx an evolution, but you'd like to give one to Gliscor. Very nice. Again, Gliscor to me just sort of seems too complete. 31,900. Jinx. Yeah, Jinx. Especially since we've got Electivire and Magmortar. Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar. They're sort of seen as a group, I guess. Human shape, you know. Trying to think of what a Jinx evolution could be. Not sure how you'd evolve it. Evolution of Phalanx, but do it like Dunsparce and just have more. Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun idea. I really thought that we'd have a Gigantamax Phalanx in Generation 8, which is just hundreds of them, you know. But that would be really cool. No Retreat is such a cool move. Phalanx is one of my favourites. My favourite Generation 8 Pokemon for sure. I love the lore behind Phalanx, you know. Based on a Roman phalanx formation. There was a lost Roman legion in Roman Britain that Phalanx is based on. If anything, I was surprised when I called it that it's a pure fighting type. Thought I might be fighting Bug, even Bug Steel. Fighting Steel, you know, given its Caterpillar vibes. I don't tend to love fighting type designs. But Phalanx kind of bucks the trend on fighting types, so yeah, big fan of that. Fighting types, generally, to me, are just sort of... They can just be a little bit too humanoid. And, you know, I play Pokemon to escape from that for diverse, fascinating creatures, right? And the moves tend to be punches and kicks and so on. Yeah, I'm glad that it's there to introduce that diversity to the Pokemon move pool and Pokemon designs, but yeah, for me it's all about the other, perhaps slightly more elemental types, I think. All the others on that game averaged a week. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's amazing. You haven't gone to try for Growlithe, but do try again. Hopefully you get that inspiration to try it again soon. Ashcarb, I hope so. But yeah, very pleased that the other hunts there, at least, were just a week. That's a relief. All of the hunts on my Sapphire Dream Team quest, which were all under odds, they were all, on average, 2 weeks, I would say. Aerodactyl for the further evolves. Ooh, interesting. Interesting, Christopher. So, I know that Aerodactyl has a Mega Evolution, so it's not an official next stage, but it's something it can do in battle. It gets very rocky and pointy and jaggedy. But yeah, that would be cool. I know you love a dragon, Christopher. It's very cool. I'll have to show you my Aerodactyl little plush, Christopher, at some point. I think you'd like it. Chimecho, nice. Feels like it needs something else. Yeah, Wind Chime. Well, that could do a sort of phalanx as well, couldn't it? That could become, as you say, a Wind Chime, a whole string of them, as opposed to just the one. That could be cool. Then it could become Psychic Sound type. It's another Pokemon that could have that sound typing, along with something like Exploud. Completely theorising that, of course. There is no sound type, but if they were to introduce one. Or Psychic Flying, maybe Wind Chime. I always double check the Kangaskhan, even though that one I double checked after I clicked run. Piggyback from Sansalia, we need an evolution of the Dunsparce. Dunsparce, exactly. I love how, for Dunsparce's evolution, a Pokemon that's been theorised for so long, will it ever get an evolution? For a start, I'm kind of surprised it did, because it's so... It had been resolute in everyone's mind for so long as a single stage. So I'm surprised they introduced a further evolution to the Dunsparce lore. But if they were to introduce an evolution to Dunsparce, I'm glad that Dunsparce is what it ended up being, you know. Just a bigger Dunsparce. That was the right way to go about it. Love it. Deal, Christopher. Great. I will show you that plushie at some point. I'll have it in my backdrop at some point. Ronnie, yes. And by yes, I mean no. I thought you might pop into chat, Ronnie. I thought you might. I'm sorry that Holland was knocked out of the Euros, Ronnie. But I hope you enjoyed the spectacle on the big screen. So, the Euro finals will be England and Spain. I can't believe it, really, after England... You know, they were so close to being knocked out in that game against Slovakia. And then last minute, turn it around. But anyway, I had the football on in the background, Ronnie. So I wasn't so up to date with everything that was going on, but... I saw the important bits. Could have been 3-1 to England as well. And that goal that was disallowed. Fair enough. Believe it was offside. No, I wasn't entirely. I wasn't watching closely enough to be aware of that decision in full. But yes, sorry to see you, Ronnie. Sorry to see you, Ronnie. But hey, hopefully you can take the stress away with this shiny hunting stream. And we're about to hit 32,000, everybody. Are you ready? Let's get some hype going. 32,000. Here we go. Will we get a shiny for the 32,000th encounter? Would help if I was activating the Emerald version, wouldn't it? Not Rhyhorn, not Doduo, not Lickitung, not Sunkern. 32,000, everyone! We're going to hit 4 times over odds tonight. Ah! Let's do it. You are so glad they made the Dunsparce, going back to that. Ashcarp. Such a fun approach. It is very fun. Yes. I love how fun the approach of the Dunsparce is, actually. Just a bigger Dunsparce. Love it. Just spoiling Spain for the finals. Understood. Understood, Ash. No need to apologise. No need to apologise. The very last minute goal. Exactly. England have made that their specialty, haven't they? William, it's coming home. It's coming home, Jamie. It's coming home. Is a shiny coming home as well? Of course, if we find one, it could still run away. We might not capture it. It's coming home. Thought it'd be extended, Ronnie. Fair enough. Well, there we go. I'm sure all the Brits are delighted that it wasn't extended. Thought I'd have luck when you weren't in stream. I know, Ronnie. Yes, part of me wondered. But as you can see, I've got my safari hat going this time, as well as the binoculars, of course, as well as my khaki overshirt. So I'm just leaning further and further in to safari cosplaying, seeing if we can find one. No 32k shiny. No, exactly. Oof, yeah. All the shiny luck went into England winning the match. And I wasn't even channeling too much luck into England winning the match, to be honest with you. So hopefully I still have some shiny luck left over. Welcome, everyone. If you're joining now because you've just finished watching the football, then entirely understandable. I did have it on the side. Whether you're happy that England won or you're sad that Holland lost, let's get back to a completely different kind of sport, shiny hunting. Much less intense one. Want to take your mind off football. Chance of me not getting a shiny at 32,000 was about 2%. Thank you for doing the math there, Luke. Yeah, wow. 2% to not get a shiny there. Crazy. We'll have to see how over odds we go. Getting closer to the completely fictitious guaranteed shiny. No red Gyarados here. No, sir. Will it come home before Charlie finds a shiny? It's a very good question, Jamie. I think we'll find a shiny before it comes home. That's my bet. I am betting that we're finding a shiny before the Euros finals on Sunday. That's my prediction. What do you all think? And also, what do you think is going to shine? I've called it. I think it's going to be Shiny Chansey in Leaf Green. I know it's 1%, but at this point, 32,000 encounters in, anything can happen. You really look now like a Safari Zone Hunter with that hat. Well, exactly, Ronnie, exactly. Back when I started taking those pictures for advertising my Safari Zone hunts and making the silly little videos I've been making, I knew we had this hat. I just couldn't find it. But then I did. And I'm very pleased because it's perfect. It's perfect for Safari Week. And by Safari Week I of course mean Safari 3 weeks. Potentially Safari month. Maybe I need to start throwing rocks. Yeah. I'm that frustrated. Next time I'm streaming in a zoo, yeah. Streaming with an Australian accent. Could do. I'm sure Jada Bella, who sometimes pops into chat, would pull me up on a terrible Australian accent. But anyway. Next stream, fake sunburn for me on Safari Zone for too long. Yeah, exactly. Well, with this complexion, definitely a risk. That's why I've got the wide-brimmed hat, you see. Protect me from that fierce safari sun. In a zoo in Australia with an Australian accent on an elephant with a fake sunburn. Yes, Ronnie. I've got to admit, my budget might draw a line at some of those places. But we'll see what we can achieve. How do you know I'm not riding an elephant right now? Riddle me that. There's another Chansey. Whoa there. Sorry, my elephant just sort of, rocking from side to side. Just got to get used to it, stabilise myself. Because I am, in fact, riding an elephant tonight. Cosplayers apps considering Freya's penchant for it from the podcast. Yes, it's true, Wormseye. Good point. Freya's cosplays are far more extravagant than mine. I'd love to get a bit more into cosplaying, to be honest. But, yeah, true. That's another way in which the cosplay ties up. And yes, if anyone hasn't listened to my episode with Freya Pierce yet, Trading Card Gamecaster, then it's on the channel, linked below as well. Hope you enjoy it. Getting to know Freya's life story as well as the 6 Pokemon on her dream team. Always enjoy talking to my guests about those things. Hope you enjoy. Good evening, Taiyaki. Welcome back. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. How are you doing? How was your Wednesday? As you can see, we're on course for 4 times odds now. It's about 32,700 and something is 4 times odds. Will, resident mathematician in chat. 8,192 times 4. Go. It's like 32,756 or something like that. Welcome, Taki. I hope you enjoy hanging out with us tonight. And hope your day has been going well. My celebration when I find a shiny. Who knows? Who knows, Will? Who knows? That's going to be an in-the-moment thing. Best way to be. I don't think it will feel real when we do find one. And it will be when, not if. It's been so long now. Day 17. Stream 17. Are you kidding? Just here to show you that. Well, James Ellis hasn't actually popped into the chat tonight yet, I've got to say. So, yeah, appreciate it, Jamie. Thank you. Also appreciate that you came straight here after the football. Thank you, guys. We had Christopher earlier. Maybe Christopher's still lurking in the stream. I'm not sure. But as people who aren't so connected to the Pokemon world, very much appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jamie, Will, and Christopher. It's going to be shiny Nidoran. Which gender, Sam? Is it going to be male or female Nidoran? Last year, of course, I did find shiny Nidorino and shiny Venonat in the Safari Week. They were both fails. They both ran away. In fact, Will came back from Bath last year in June and was doing Safari Week. I wasn't streaming it, of course, but I was shiny hunting in the Safari Zone. Still banking on the Nidoran female. For you, Ash. Okay. Could be. Could well be. Hello, this is Charles Merriman coming to you live from the Congo, and we're seeing at 150,000 encounters. Possibly. Also, how come you went in with the Charles there, Jake? How come you went all formal there, rather than the Charlie? Charles Merriman. $32,768. Thank you, Wormseye. Yes, I knew it was that ballpark. So, 32,768. That's what we're hitting tonight. Oh, I hope so. Reaching full times odds. It might be that I have to go before we hit full times odds. Maybe it was ambitious of me to predict that, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Welcome to the Australian Bush documentary. On your left, you see a guy stuck in the bush for a long time. Who can save this guy? We don't know. Yeah, that's me. That's me, Ronnie. See how long I'm here for. Loving the creativity coming out from you all. Not the optimism, but certainly the creativity. Doing alright, Taki. Been a bit sick since yesterday, so just taking it easy. Very good. Glad that you take it easy. That's very important, and I hope you feel better very soon indeed, my friend. Yeah, chill out with the stream. Sounds good. Football's over. Safari Fortnite stream on. Yeah, well, it's Safari 3-week, if there's a name for that, Rachel. We're still here. We're approaching full times odds. Welcome back to the chat, Rachel. Always a pleasure to see you. How are you doing? How was your Wednesday? How's your week going? And exactly, England beating the Netherlands. I did have the football on in the background. Very exciting. Very exciting. We've had a couple of people in chat saying it's coming home. It's coming home. Hopefully a shiny is coming home as well. A shiny is coming home with me when I catch it because it's not going to flee. Kangaskhan, not shiny. Nah. I do always hopefully check. Female. You're saying, Sam. Female shiny Nidoran. Alright, alright. If we were to reclaim Nidorino or the Venonat from last year, that'd be huge, that'd be epic. You were just drying your socks in the oven, Krista. Of course you were. Of course you were. Very important to have dry socks when you're walking that far. I know I don't need to tell you that, but I'm glad that you're taking that precaution. Chris was walking all the way to Rome, everyone, from the UK, just so we're aware. What an epic trek. What a thing to undertake. Sending you all the very best of luck, Chris. I'm very proud of you, as I said. As you're slowly slipping into madness from lack of shiny and world travel. Oh, full government name, I see. I love how that's how you define going primal, Jake. Using the name Charles instead of Charlie. My government name. That's hilarious. Safari Week is doing things with you as well. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You're all riding that slightly crazed train. Hello, Riley. Welcome back to the chat. Very good to see you. How are you, my friend? How's your week going? How's your Wednesday? We still don't have a shiny. I don't even need to say it at this point, but of course we don't. Hopefully we'll hit 4 times odds tonight, but unless we get a shiny tonight, we'll see if we can go for 4 times odds or whether I'll have to go before that. Rachel, you're doing good. Good. You've been watching the football round at a friend's house. Sounds fun. Girly evening of sorts. Yeah, of sorts. Lurking the past few streams because you've had a busy week. Well, thank you for lurking. Whether you're lurking, whether you're in the chat. Apologise for the voice crack there. Thank you for lurking. There we go. Whether you're lurking or whether you're in the chat, just very much appreciate all of you being here. Do like and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream, by the way, everyone. Would hugely appreciate that. Half Welsh, but you have to say, it's certainly coming home. You heard it here first, everyone. Well, you didn't hear it first from Rachel, you heard it from Will, you heard it from Jamie. You heard it from me, but we've got some coming home believers. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, Rachel, what's going on in chat right now is people are teasing me for still being in the Safari Zone, and as I, add to this Safari Get Up, binoculars, hat, khaki shirt, I'll start streaming from the back of an elephant, I'll start streaming from Australia, I'll start streaming from the Congo. Yeah, time will tell. On your right, you see a weird-looking kangaroo. I've never seen this colour before. The other researcher agrees with me as well. What's the guy in the bush doing? Missing it, maybe, Rani. Missing it. Or attempting to catch it, but it ran away. I don't know. Maybe I am the weird-looking kangaroo. I believe anything at this point. Not looking the right way. Well, exactly. And yes, Ronnie, my real name is Charles. So you weird-looking kangaroos. All different coloured kangaroos. No, that's not a shiny. Yes, but Charlie, I just think Charlie suits me better. I've always gone by Charlie. You just hit 32.5k. You're going for a walk and get some ice coffee. You'll be lurking. Fair enough, Burb. Well, enjoy lurking. Pleasure to chat to you about your drinking quest earlier, of course. Yes, enjoy having a little break. Well deserved. Time Charlie to pronounce yours and Riley's name so it doesn't look similar to each other. Well, Rani and Riley. There we go. Just got to really over-enunciate. Trained actor, didn't you know? Welcome in, everyone. Thank you, James. Thank you for the good luck. Tell you what, James, we had a certain Jamie Els in stream earlier. That's right, your nemesis. Also dropping by to wish me luck. It's coming home, isn't it, James? It's coming home. Thank you for the luck, though. Always a pleasure to see you, James. How's your day been? You're going to be chasing Mount Zangoose tonight while I'm chasing the shiny. Hopefully we can get them some stream luck. Exactly. My friend. Oh, sending you all the luck for that Zangoose. High time you found that. Hope you do, Riley. I bet there's a 4x4 Jeep or something in the background of the next stream. Exactly, full cam face paint. Ugh. I've been enjoying leaning into the silly Safari Week advert videos I've been doing. But as I was saying before, my budget does have a limit. I'm not going to be able to source an elephant. Source a trip to Australia just to stream. 32,200, everyone. 500 encounters to go until 4 times over odds. I don't know if we'll be reaching 4 times over odds tonight, but let's find out. Shout out for that lion, Charlie. He's looking quite thin. Oh dear, yes. I'll have to wear some lion repellent or something. Have to eat something disgusting so that I don't smell too appealing to lions. I am a Leo, so I'm a lion myself of sorts. Of course, at this point, I'm looking back thinking, did we miss a shiny early on? I'm better at looking out for them now. Better at juggling all the things I have to do while streaming. There's a chance we missed one early on. As I've said before, my nightmare is someone just commenting on a previous stream, on a previous video on demand. Oh, you found a shiny here and you missed it. Can you imagine? Oh dear. But I hope we'd have noticed. Or someone would have noticed. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Somehow get a Jeep inside and park it behind me there. Next stream outside. Oof. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. It'll get dark on me. Don't know if the internet will be good enough, but appreciate the idea, Ronnie. Certainly be fun. Can't do that to yourself, pal. You'd have seen it if it shined. Thank you, Riley. Thank you. I need that. I need that. Yeah, chuck your bets into chat as well as to what's going to shine. I'm calling it as Chansey tonight. I'm going all in for leaf green, shiny Chansey. Let's go. Shiny Chansey, of course, being green, matching the colour of leaf green. It's on my thumbnail as well. Thumbnail that I did not expect to be getting so much usage out of. So, of course, we're still going on day 17 of Safari Week streaming. Safari Week ended 30th of June. What day is it today? That's right, the 10th of July. I don't think I did miss one, Will. I don't think I did. I'm just saying, you know, with this much overalls, it starts to play with your brain, right? You start to think, God, maybe it's not actually this many encounters. So no, I don't think I did. Thank you, Rachel, for not letting that happen. May leave you alone in the Safari Zone for weeks, but the eyes are always on the shiny. Thanks, Rachel. Appreciate the positive energy. Glad that you've got my back. Where are we next going? Hard Rock Cafe. At this point, we should make it the Rainforest Cafe, to be honest. That's certainly where I'm setting up shop while I'm doing the safari hunting. You're thinking execute, Riley. Okay. APOM, you think Rachel. Got to walk home now. No worries. Enjoy your walk. Appreciate you tuning in before heading back home. Thanks so much, Rachel. See you in a bit. Enjoy the fresh air. I've had plenty of fresh air the past 17 days in the Safari Zone where I'm camping out. And walk safe, Rachel, absolutely, as Ronnie says. Have we listened to Freya Pierce's episode of Chazingdra Chats that released today? Hope you all enjoyed it. Really enjoyed talking to Freya. Getting to know her life story and the 6 Dream Team Pokemon that she has. As I always do in the episodes of Chazingdra Chats, it was episode 14 released today. There's 13 previous ones on the channel. I drop them every Wednesday, so plenty of content coming. Got my Bologna vlog. I was commentating the Bologna special event at the beginning of June. That will hopefully be coming out soon. I've been crunching some data for Chazingdra Chats. I'm excited for you all to see that. Yeah, plenty of Chazingdra stuff to get involved in. Got the Discord community link below if you want to join there. Would be a pleasure to hang out with you all off stream as well. As well as all my socials. And do like and subscribe if you're enjoying. Thanks very much, everyone. Appreciate you being here. In the later part of the stream, shall we say. Won't be going for too much long. We might hit 4 times odds. We maybe will stop before then. We'll have to see. You enjoyed the episode, Ronnie? Excellent. Very pleased. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so pleased that it's become a Wednesday tradition for you to listen to the episode when it drops. Yeah, very interesting chat, I hope that you found. We didn't have any encounters there on the way to this area. Right, let's resume. Might get back into Pokemon Sword. Oh yeah! After Jedward appeared. Yeah, fun characters, those aren't they? Swordwood and Shieldbert. Hope this is inspiring you to get back into Pokemon Sword, Jamie. I'd love to hear your developing thoughts on that. Rhino, what was your favourite bit of the podcast today? I was interested to hear. Because there's so much content within them. I was interested to hear what especially spoke to people. Won't be a tradition for the next 2 weeks. Oops. Fair enough, Ronnie. Yes, sorry, I've just deduced what you were saying there. Yeah, of course, because you're going away next week. Well, that's very exciting. Don't you worry about that. You enjoy your holiday. And there'll be a couple of episodes for you to enjoy when you get back. Or maybe on your travels. Don't know. No, I did not have that for dinner, actually, tonight, Will. I had a risotto, actually. Very nice. Too much content to choose one you love at all. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. That's the right answer. But yes, it's an hour and a half episode, so yeah, certainly a tough choice. How am I playing music for stream? Well, yes, Jamie. That's a question that you may well ask. This is just playing through my laptop speakers. And this sort of a guy called Harris Heller, who goes by Stream Beats online, and he produces stream safe music, so copyright safe music. So yeah, I'm very glad that exists, because yeah, it can be very difficult to find safe music to play while streaming. So yeah, for anyone interested, that's how that works. And 32,300. It's entirely sort of automatic at this point, you know, the encounters. So you guys keep me so entertained with the chat, so thank you everyone. Hugely appreciated. Thank you for not getting the lawyers on me, Jamie, yeah. Well, thank Harris Heller Stream Beats for that. If anyone's unaware, Jamie does work in the music industry. Need to start making more stream-friendly music. Oh, do, Luke. I'd love to expand the stream-friendly repertoire. Would love to hear what you come up with. It'd be so cool as well to have a member of the community providing music. I realise that plenty of people would be using it, but yeah, that would be very special. Sounds great. What sort of vibe do you go for when you're making music, Luke? And what instruments do you play? Tell me more about your musical abilities and interests. Big Luke on campus. Yeah, here he is. On the campus. On the Safari Zone campus. You're a lawyer, Ronnie. Check every question. Try and see if it's legal or not asked twice. Oh, yeah. Never asked for it, but you work for free. That you do, Ronnie. That you do. Keep me in check with any questions I've already asked. I appreciate the attention to detail, Ronnie, on that front. Hip hop and electronica mainly. Cool, Luke. Cool. Two more days of Sorry Zone hunting. Oh, so it's you, Ronnie. It's you who's bumping up the encounters. Wow. Really thought you'd have my back more than that, Ronnie. I'm kidding. You don't play instruments, but you play the keys when you need to on certain tracks. That's cool. Very nice, Luke. Yeah, absolutely. Do hit Jamie up if you make more stream-friendly music, Luke. As I say, Jamie works in the music industry. Or, you know, let me know and then I'll let Jamie know. Once I finish the Safari hunt, do I have any more hunts planned? Riley. Do I have any more hunts planned? I certainly do, my friend. Yeah. Well, something I want to start fairly soon after... Well, the first thing I have queued up, so to speak, after Safari is... a Silver Dream Team quest. Not Soul Silver, but Original Silver, Generation 2, my childhood cartridge. Which I'm very excited for, because Pokemon Silver is my favourite Pokemon game. I love Johto, I love Generation 2. I've got the targets more or less planned out for that. I just need to confirm the final one or two. I've got the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero downloadable content for Pokemon Violet untouched. So we'll be doing some kind of challenge run with that. It could be shiny, it could be monotype, it could be both, it could be a Nuzlocke, it could be beating it all with one Pokemon, you know. All sorts of options on the table for that. Shiny hunting races with friends, maybe with Lee Provost could be fun. Various targets to hunt for in various games. So yeah, the short answer, Riley, is yes. Got plenty more planned. If anything, very excited about getting going with something new, so would love to get a shiny soon, but you know, I can't determine that. It's in fate's hands. You follow the rules, Ronnie. That's the rule when I ask something twice. That's a rule you've come up with, Ronnie. But I'm glad that someone's staying on it. Also, sometimes I deliberately ask a question twice because, of course, we always have new people joining the stream, which is very exciting. And if you are new here tonight, well, thank you so much for being here. Pleasure to have you. This is the kind of chill vibe you can expect from the hunting that we do on this channel. Hopefully, future hunts won't go on quite this long, but again, entirely out of my hands. Shiny Hump Race. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. Now, that could be real sort of hard-going targets, resets in one of the older games, or it could be an overworld thing, racing across the map in Legends Arceus, maybe Scarlet, Violet, Let's Go, etc. And the first to find a certain number of shinies wins. Yeah, I think it could be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll keep you posted about all of these plans. It's in the rulebook. Okay, Ronnie. I have a feeling that you compiled this rulebook, Ronnie. I'm glad you got home safe, Rachel. I'm glad it was only a short walk. Now, are we going to hit 4 times odds? 4 times over odds tonight. Ugh. I wanted to stop relatively soon, but we're so close to 4 times over odds. Let's see. 4 times over odds was 32,778, I want to say. 68. I've forgotten again. I have to do the calculation. Before 4 times over odds, yeah, well, that would be good, wouldn't it? Who knows though? I was saying earlier, Rachel, I got a bit freaked out because I was watching a Safari Zone compilation earlier from a YouTuber, and they went to 40,000 for one phase. 40,000. So we could be in it for the long haul. And someone else reminded me earlier of Dallas, the Supreme Arcanines, who went 70,000 for a Registeel. So, yeah, you just got to be prepared, haven't you, for a hunt that can go on that long. And exactly, yes, Gen 3 Hunter, Riley. Gen 3 Hunter. He went 40k on one phase. Just got to believe. We just got to believe. 32,768. Thank you, Ronnie. Yes. No, it was something like that. 32,768. Okay. So 300 more encounters. Yeah, exactly. Not the Gen 3 Hunters, yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know if anyone else saw this. Ronnie posted this in the Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory Discord community. A video of someone who was shiny hunting for Shiny Trico, first partner in Sapphire. 4 systems at once. And he's so in the rhythm of it, flying through the resets, that he accidentally resets over 2 Shiny Trico at the same time. Two Shiny Trico at the same time. Ooh. Awful. That's why you've always got to take a moment. You've always got to take a moment. Easily done, don't get me wrong. Yeah, and I saw that video and I thought, you know what? Puts things into perspective. I will take going over odds rather than resetting over 2 shinies at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Really, really, really. So disappointing. But still, I'm sure he's got a good number of views on that post. That's the one consolation. Video that becomes that popular. Double check all your encounters. Exactly, Ronnie. I am. Don't you worry, especially when a Kangaskhan appears. I'm being very careful at the moment. And I think the deeper you go into a hunt, the more you, the more care you take. Because having something like that happen would just be the last thing that you want. Terror of getting into a rhythm. When you do the Hot Gold Soul Silver Starter hunt, you always remember watching a stream years ago, skipping out 2 shinies while trying to get all 3. Oh goodness, yeah. Exactly, it is that rhythm, isn't it? And the rhythm makes the encounters fly by, but also, what's the point if you're just going to skip the shiny? Like, I'm in a rhythm here. I think it helps that, you know, I have to control multiple systems at once. Because it means I have to take just that split second extra time before running away. And that can make all the difference for noticing. Alright everyone, now, we've been going off on some serious tangents tonight. It's been great. Got the questions coming out thick and fast from the chat. Haven't actually had to pose many discussion topics tonight. With your Zangoose hunt, you keep having the issue where your brain is looking for blue plus goose, so when a male symbol pops up, sometimes you trick myself to think you saw a shiny. Have to clip and check, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. It's just that flash of colour, isn't it? Also, with the fairly similar shinies, like Sunkern, Kangaskhan to an extent, by this point I hope I've seen enough of those sprites to be able to detect immediately, even without the sparkles necessarily, if I find a shiny. What a cool shiny Zangoose is. Alright, here's a quick fire question for you, chat. Zangoose or Seviper? Zangoose or Seviper? Which do you prefer? I'm a Seviper person myself. Also because I played... I prefer Sapphire to Ruby. Also, Seviper's shiny is so good. I mean, Zangoose is an amazing shiny too, but... For me, it's Seviper. For you, it's Zangoose, Rani. Seviper for you, Rachel. Zangoose for you, Ash. Good balance so far. You had Ruby Ash, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Team Rocket Supremacy. The poison Seviper there. Zangoose for you, Jake. Seviper, such a cool shiny. Wow, very balanced, very balanced. That might be the most balanced either or question that we've had so far on stream, on any of the streams. Let's do another either or. Zangoose for you, Taiki. Definitely a cool design. I wonder if those Pokemon will get evolutions. I think they both need to get evolutions because they are such a... Their lore is tied together so closely. So you also play Sapphire, but there's a trainer who says he caught a rare Pokemon and he only has a Zangoose. Oh yeah, I do remember that. As a kid, you thought Zangoose was legendary, so you loved it so much. Oh wow! That's a really interesting story, Riley. Those things that stick with us from when we're younger, the assumptions that we make based on what NPCs tell us. The bliss, exactly. Just think back to a simpler time. When an NPC would say something, it would set a hair running. Yeah. I remember just exploring the ruins of Alph, for example, in Generation 2 for ages. Catching all of the unknown forms. Just because it just felt like there was more to unlock there, even when I'd sort of unlocked everything. Then you unlock the unknown printer when you've got all of the unknown forms. But... like, where's Celebi? That's a question I asked myself when I was younger. Is it in the game? Yeah. Bliss is absolutely the right word. Alright, let's have another either or. What can we do? Huntail or Gorobis? Huntail or Gorobus, everyone? Sticking with Generation 3. Gorobus for me. I have Shiny Gorobus on my Sapphire Dream Team quest, which I'd never seen before getting it in-game, which was really exciting in itself. I prefer Gorobus' design. Both really cool Pokemon. I think Clamperl is a really cool idea for a Pokemon. Huntail for you, Ronnie. Huntail for you, Riley. 5th member of the Dream Team quest. Cool. Shiny is Lime. Yes, I do remember that. I do remember seeing Huntail shiny on other streams and so on. Huntail, but only slightly for you, Rachel. You love both. 2 of your favourite Pokemon of all time. Ah, cool. Very cool. I remember, you know, completing the Pokedex and Shining Pearl and Clamperl evolving into Huntail and Gorobus. First time I'd sort of seen it in new graphics. Well, first time any of us had seen it on Switch graphics, I suppose. Exciting. I'd love to get to know those Pokemon a bit better, use them. See what their potential is. I love Shining Pearl. Oops. Gorobus for you, Ash. Huntail creeped you out as a kid. Never had either. Yeah, well, you've got to trade for them, haven't you? So, and yeah, I can see Huntail's got that slightly. It's almost like it's constantly pulling the move scary face, right? Cool idea though. Its tail ending in that fish shape. To lure and prey. Had a late surge for Gorobus here. Wormseye, Taiki, Jake. Yeah, I'm Team Gorobus as well. But both were really cool Pokemon. Both great. Reminds you of the anime episode with the rival kids. I don't remember that. I haven't paid too close attention to the anime, actually, Rachel. What happens in that episode? When it comes to building teams, you always like to teach any and all HMs to your team members. Yeah, fair enough. Makes you feel like they're all vital. Exactly, I completely agree with that. Very good question. Do we all use HM mules all the team? So, yeah, for a Dream Team quest, I do try and have all the HMs on the team. To an extent. It always feels bad having, like, Cut and Rock Smash. Right. On the team that you eventually take to the Elite Four. But Surf for sure, Fly for sure. But yeah, on a Dream Team quest, I would try and have all the HMs there. It's tricky. In Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so I love those games. One thing I would change about them is the fact that you need Rock Climb to get to Red in Mount Silver. It's very annoying. Now, it is just one move slot, but also, Rock Climb isn't learned by too many Pokemon. So, that does frustrate me slightly. It is cool, though, that, you know, this HM that you only get right at the end of the game, and then you can access other areas all in the game, all around the game as well. But, yeah, it's just a shame. Because for the battle with Red, the hardest Pokemon trainer in the games of all time, I think, is still the case. You've got to have Rock Climb now. But yeah, good question for everyone from Riley there. Do you have an HM devotee on your team? Or do you try and put them on your main team that you're playing through the game with? HMs, of course, being hidden machines, the moves that Have an effect in the field outside of battle, moving boulders, cutting down small trees, surfing on water, etc. I think I used to be more of an HM devotee kind of guy, Riley, but recent times, yeah, I prefer to have them on the main team. Used to think that Huntail had 2 huge nostrils because of the spots, and that bugged you. Wow, yeah. It's interesting that, isn't it? Seeing Pokemon in a different way and you realise, oh, that's not its mouth, sort of thing. And that leads me into my next quickfire. Choice between 2. You ready? Let's stick with Gen 3 again. Cradilly or Armaldo? Cradilly or Armaldo? It's Cradilly for me. Rock and Grass, very cool. The first one I had was Armaldo, actually. But yeah, something about Cradilly's design I just really love. I love how bulky it is, how hard it is to remove, especially with suction cups. And that is a segue there, because Cradilly, initially, of course, those circular spots on its head look like eyes. But then, I'm pretty sure that actually those yellow spheres in what looks like its mouth are its eyes. Similar to Lileep, with its round spots on its head, but it's got the 2 yellow circles on top, and that black bit are actually its eyes. I only worked that out, you know, years after playing Ruby and Sapphire, where Cradilly's eyes were. But anyway, Cradilly or Armaldo? Cool that the fossils are rock bug and rock grass. Appreciate them experimenting with some different types for fossil Pokemon there. Cradilly for you, Ronnie. Cradilly for you, Riley. It's true, Zigzagoon was a good HM devotee and getting pickup. I need to get the Cradilly plush at some point. Note to self. Yeah, pickup, such an interesting ability. Cradilly for you as well, Taki. In Generation 3. Riley, you have a Lombre and Tropius in the box. Since between the 2 you get all 8 HMs. Oh, cool. In a DTQ, you want a team that covers you 100%. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. What are your other Dream Team quest members, Riley? Been meaning to ask. You're going for Zangoose. You said that Huntail is also planned. What else are you going for? And what have you got already? Which first partner, etc. Crazily for you as well, Ash. Lileep is just a little guy. Eye design being in the mouth is so smart. Agreed. Yeah, I love it. So, we've got 100% for Cradilly so far. No one going for Armaldo there. Interesting. So, Riley. Blaziken, Shedinja, and Swablu are cool. Left to catch a Zangoose, Huntail, and Registeel. Oh, very cool targets. Very cool targets. Let's hope that your Registeel hunt doesn't go on for as long as Dallas Supreme Arcanine's. 70,000. I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it won't. Although that was in Generation 4 as well that he was hunting, so maybe we're off the hook. Shedinja, that's such a great target. I'd love to shiny hunt Nincada, because then of course you get both Ninjask and Shedinja. Can you imagine though, evolving the Ninjask without a spare slot in your party? So you don't get the Shedinja for free, so to speak. Pain. I have to shiny hunt Nincada again. Word of advice to the chat, if you ever shiny hunt Nincada, when you evolve it, make sure there's a spare slot in your party. So that you can get that shiny Shedinja too. When I said 70k for Registeel, you died a bit. I'm not surprised. Not surprised, Riley, yes. But no, I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it won't. Taki, 4 HMs, you usually try to spread them around your team as well. It's always a bit of a dilemma. Just checking, no. Bit of a dilemma trying to decide which moves replace. So you're glad HM's aren't a thing anymore. I know what you mean, HMs have their own charm. It's a bit like level grinding, right? I personally love the level grind in Pokemon games. That's part of what makes it Pokemon for me. But, of course, every Pokemon sharing experience, whether they've appeared in battle or not, does make things easier. Good. Just had to reset Leaf Green there. Not a shiny Execute. Not a shiny Teddiursa. Not a shiny Licky Tongue. Alright, let's resume. About 100 encounters away from 4 times over odds, everyone. You've been clipping and taking videos of the process, and we'll turn it into a nice video once the DTQ is done. That sounds great. That sounds great, Riley. Yeah, can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. And I hope the Dream Team quest doesn't go on too long for you. But also, I hope it's not too short, if that makes sense. You want to feel like you've been on a journey with the Dream Team quest, right? You don't want it to be entirely easy. My Sapphire Dream Team quest took me on and off about a year, I would say. And all of those encounters were under odds, so it kind of makes sense that I'm approaching 4 times over odds now. I was not clipping that at all, just my first Dream Team quest entirely off stream, but yes, future quests and hunts certainly will. Alright. You've got Colosseum clips of Evolution's animations too, that's great. Good thinking, Riley. Good to be proactive like that about it. Okay, sticking with Generation 3 and sticking with these either-or questions. Potentially a tough one coming up. The powerhouse Pokemon of Generation 3. The only generation to have 2 powerhouse Pokemon. New official term, apparently, for those Pokemon that appear later in the Pokedex. You know it, it's Metagross and Salamence. Would you choose Metagross or Salamence? For me, what would it be? It'd be Salamence for me. I'm too big a fan of dragons to say anything else. Metagross is so cool, don't get me wrong. But yeah, just Salamence speaks to that more sort of fantastical side of me, you know? Both shinies are great as well. Speed of hunting with a Game Boy, play with a catch car. Exactly. I'm glad it's been an easy process for you, Riley. To get those clips. Yeah. So you can just focus on the hunting. The time-consuming bit. Very good. Croissant for you, Ronnie. Delicious. Crescent Salamence. Metagross for you, Jake. Welcome back to the chat, Jake. How about everyone else? Salamence or Metagross? The eagle-eyed amongst you might be able to find the Bagon that I have in my stream setup right now. Somewhere lurking is the Bagon sitting cutie plushie. Can you spot it? Also, Ronnie, was it 32,700 and 68 for 4 times over odds. Just need reminding. Was it 32,768 for 4 times over odds? Metagross Utaki. Fair enough. Yeah, fond memories of going to Stephen's house after the Elite Four, getting the Beldum. I think I just chanced upon that entirely randomly. I was buzzing. It's so good when you don't need to look something up and you just find something like that. But then, fond memories of that tiny, tiny patch of land in Meteor Falls where Bagan appears. Oh, venturing deep into that cave and then might not even find it. Yeah, any rare like that rather than one that's just given to you, I will have a soft spot for. It's all about the adventure, isn't it? Makes it even more special. So, Salamence for you, Sam. Interesting, good balance, good balance. All of these questions have been pretty balanced, actually, apart from the Cradily Armaldo one. I was expecting Armaldo to come out on top for that one. Interesting. Very interesting to get your perspectives on these things. But otherwise, pretty balanced. Good to hear. Speaks well to the designs of each of these Pokemon. And 32,768. Thank you, Ronnie. So we're nearly there. Nearly at 4 times odds, everyone. You're also a big Salamence fan, Riley. Roaring Moon is your favourite Gen 9 Pokemon. Yeah, Roaring Moon is so cool. I played through Pokemon Violet initially. But then when I learned about the past Paradox Pokemon, I'm definitely more a past kind of guy than a future. Studied ancient history and Latin and ancient Greek at university. I then bought Scarlet and played through that. I bought it second hand for cheaper, and yeah, because I realised I should have got Scarlet. Should have been playing Scarlet all along, just because I love the past. Having said that, I think they've done such a good job with the future Paradox Pokemon designs, keeping them colourful and lively despite sort of being automata. But yeah, I totally agree. Roaring Moon is an amazing Pokemon. So is Iron Valiant. It's equivalent in Pokemon Violet. I need to shiny hunt Iron Valiant at some point. Alright, everyone. If we're getting this before 4 times over odds, it's got to come in the next 30 or so encounters. When Sada sent out the Roaring Moon, you were speechless. What a memorable moment. Yeah. I'm not surprised. It's so cool, that final battle with the AI professor. Seeing these Paradox Pokemon for the first time, thinking, what? Where are they? What type are they? You know. Clever as well, because of course all of the Paradox Pokemon have a type that's shared with their present day form, I believe. And so you can kind of work out, it's good from the game's perspective of sort of, it's a challenge because you're not entirely sure. But at least you can make some educated guesses as to what types you should be using. Wonder if we'll get any more Paradox Pokemon. Can you imagine we got a Paradox sort of box art legendary like Paradox Lugia or Paradox Ho-Oh? I guess you could have a future Paradox Mewtwo, but it wouldn't make any sense to have an ancient Paradox Mewtwo, would it? I guess Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon are kind of nods to ancient forms of legendaries. Interesting to think about. Alright everyone, here we go. The next 4 encounters will be 4 times over odds. Alright, let's do it. Can you imagine if that Taurus had been shiny? Rhyhorn, Raticate, Apom. Well, that's a real shame, isn't it? We are so close, though, to 32,800. Let's reach there. You're off to bed, Will. Yeah, fair enough. Sleep well. Thank you so much for sticking around for that long. And always a pleasure to see you in stream. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Ancient Paradox Mewtwo, Mew enters the chat. That's a good point. Yeah, Paradox Mew. That would be cool, wouldn't it? That would be cool. In Scarlet, you get a Paradox Mew. In Violet, you get a Paradox Mewtwo. That would be fascinating. Shinies betrayed us. Did they betray us? The Shinies have done nothing wrong, Ash. It's interesting to think about how, probably when these games were designed, Shinies were never meant to be looked for like this, which is, of course, why people find it so compelling to do. They didn't betray us. But one day we will find a shiny. Maybe more. Thank you for the celebrations there, Jake. Yeah, 4 times over odds. I remember the evening before, the eve of Scarlet and Violet coming out, I was doing my Sapphire Dream Team quest thinking, I'm having so much fun shiny hunting, just chilling out with YouTube videos. It would be a shame to put it on hold. Then Scarlet and Violet, of course, were amazing, but... yeah, amazing getting so into a hunt. Feels good. Sad scam game. Amazing, isn't it? So over odds. Here we go. We're going to reach 32,800. Welcome back to the Australian bush documentary. The guy in the bush is silently crying. What happened? We don't know. He's just staring at 4 weird-looking phones. Back to the weird-looking gang. Missing the shiny Kangaskhan right in front of me. Apom, Larvitar. Nidoran female, Nidorino. None of them shiny. 32,800. We're going to do a bonus round of 4, because we always do. Luke. We did it, Joe. What's that? You've lost me, Luke. Do I have a prized shiny? Yes, I do, Riley. But we'll probably have to answer that on stream tomorrow. Here we go. This is it. Thank you, Sabrina. Dodge or execute. Teddy Ursa, Lucky Tongue. They're not shiny. More than 4 times over odds. Reaching 4 times odds, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense, Luke. Just not sure what the Joe reference is. But let's see if we've got Pokerus. We did an Emerald 2 days ago. We're not going to get it again in Emerald. Or at least we wouldn't know if we did. No. Doesn't look like it in Leaf Green. I still need to remind myself where to actually look for the Pokerus indicator in Fire Red Leaf Green. How about fire red? Doesn't look like it. What about Soul Silver? No. No, and then I mean, of course in Emerald we will. Because we got it the other day. Well, there we go. There we go. My Safari cosplay didn't do the trick, unfortunately. It's for another day in the real life world. Exactly, Ronnie. Exactly. I'm still here. Still shiny hunting away in the Safari Zone. The combo continues, Ash. Exactly. That unbroken chain of normal encounters. Love it. Massive chain. Once I get that shiny, it'll get me out of there soon. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you guys looking out for me there. Save Charlie from the Safari Zone. Hashtag save Charlie from the Safari Zone. Love that. Maybe we'll get that trending. And yes, right, I do have a prize. Well, I need to give that some thought. So tune in tomorrow to see what that might be once I've thought about that. Free this merry man. Yes, this merry man is getting increasingly less merry. I'm joking. You guys all keep me very merry indeed. Thank you for entertaining me tonight and always. Good effort. Exactly. Sorry, team's still going strong. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, and I can't wait to stream further things. Coming down from the England match, still no shine. No, but great that England through to the finals. Absolutely toasted, but no. All the shiny luck went to England tonight. In the Euros, not to me. Have a merry night day, everyone, Ronnie. Exactly. And Jake. Glad that that's catching on. Yes, well, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight. Again, you make it a joy. And it's been so much fun. It's just flown by, as it always does, so thank you so much. Everything's linked below for my socials and Discord community. It would be a pleasure to see any of you there. I've got my Patreon as well, if you want to support me as a creator. Do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Plenty more streams coming up. We still need to find a shiny in the Safari Zone. But then we've got plenty more streams planned as well. Podcast Chazingdra Chats, of course. Episode 14 today released with Freya Pierce. Hope you enjoyed that. If not, hope you're looking forward to listening to it. Had a really inspiring chat with her. Plenty more episodes to catch up on. Got my event vlogs on the YouTube channel. Creating more right now. Working on some data graphics for Chazingdra Chats, my podcast as well. So plenty of Chazingdra goodness coming up. Next stream, I'm thinking probably tomorrow. I will let you know on social media if I don't end up streaming tomorrow. But I certainly hope to stream tomorrow evening. So probably might be 7:30 again, might be 8 UK time that is. But around that time, just so you're aware. But again, I'll confirm tomorrow. Thanks so much again for hanging out with me, everyone. Always a pleasure to see you. We will get this shiny. I'm going to have to make another silly video, aren't I, to advertise the stream because it's going to be day 18 tomorrow of hunting. We are 4 times over odds. Let's see how it goes. Thanks so much again, everyone. Sleep very well. As Ronnie said and Jake said, have a very merry rest of your day or night. Let me just catch up on these messages. See you when I'm looking at you, Riley. Exactly. Exactly. Thanks very much, Rachel. Thank you for the thanks. Thanks for joining. Good night, Taki. Always a pleasure to see you. And good night to you, Sam. So, everyone, have a very merry rest of your day. And I hope I was able to make your day merry.